All right, we there? Awesome. Okay, guys. Holy cow. Thanks for coming over here, guys. I appreciate y'all. Go ahead and I'm going to share screen. I have some awesome stuff I just found out. This is this is our guy. This is our guy, Zeek Honcho. And this is before this gets taken down. And if something happens, if he goes live again, I'm gonna take it straight off. This is what he has to say. I'm sorry, Mama. I know you hate how I live. Fuck it. Just what it is. I got you for life. I know you pray every night. I swear won't go without a fight. I promise I won't go out like his kinfolk. Just us. And he just put this, or no, this is last night, I guess. 2 comments. What are the 2 comments? Okay, that's weird. So, Zeek Honcho. This is the picture they have of him. This is the one that everybody's putting out. Oh, there he is. Zeek. Zeke's making good money. Boy, making a lot of money. Look at all that. All in 20s. Let's see here. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't be. Maybe I need to edit those pictures before I start looking at them. Boy, look at that. What a successful entrepreneur. So that is his last comment on August 18th. This is September 7th. He's from Spring Valley, Tennessee. I've been having time to grieve or cry or pose. I'm doing what I'll do for me. It looks like maybe he lost a friend. I think these are what you call gang signs. Well, are they like Magic Mike? Let's see here. Oh. July 15th, I can't lie again. I can't tell my friend. They asked and you told what you knew about. I charged my effing in. Hope it blow again. I'm the first one to shoot in a shootout. Do you guys put your money on the floor when you go to a convenience store? Is this common? I'm not used to doing that. I'm not used to having cash. Is one thing. So hang on a second here. Let me catch up with you guys over here in the chat real quick. Melissa's back. This is incomprehensible. Level-headed. There's a TV series called Snowfall on FX. Sluggish Sleuth, hey, how you doing? You see this is breaking in Memphis. What do they say? They just removed his account. So this is the last we're going to see of it. Oh, wow. This is it, guys. What is loaded here? Oh, look, it's already gone down there. So what is here is all you're going to get. His account is gone. This is the dude, Zeek Honcho. So we got his account before it was taken down. Now what I'm going to do is we're going to go back over here to the live screen of the Memphis police. Have the search for suspect in shooting rampage. The I-55 bridge is blocked off right now in Memphis. Oh, what's this? This is Channel 8 News in Memphis. I have no idea what they're getting ready to show or anything. I think this must be one of the places where he was. I saw some of the video, and the video is disturbing. Rick the Explorer, thanks, man. I'm so glad to see you over here. Rick the Explorer is the one who broke this tonight, guys. Thank Rick. This is this is a major thing right now. It's who is the Zeek guy? It's what did I just say his name was? Zeek Honcho. He is who the police are looking for right now. He was live streaming on Facebook. What was he was doing a live pew pewing. So that is what is. Hang on a second here. And I'm going to go back over here. And now, let me see here. Do this. Hang on, I'm saving a screenshot here. And it's not working. We're just going to save it. And go back over here. For some reason this is stuck. Okay, now I have that stuck. That's awesome. Why can't I get that off? Alright, I think I got it working. You guys are still there. Let me get that off. Oh, awesome. Okay. So, do this. Wait, why is this still here? I got that. Why is this still here, though? No, I don't want to do that. Wait, no, I don't want to do that. Well, crud. So my thing's stuck. Sorry, guys. I can't get my downloads page to stop showing. Now I have it stuck. That's awesome. So I've got an annoying page in front of me and I can't see past it. So I can't see half the chat. And it won't close. It's going to make me close this. I'm not going to do it. So, let me go back to here. Wait, we got this. We go back. Do another reload.
searching for him. We hear that the area, so you are asked to shelter in place by the Memphis Police Department. Stay home if you don't have to be out. In fact, don't go out at all at this time because he has been all over town. Our first report coming in of a shooting at 4:35 this afternoon, which we had on our news as a breaking news report. It was at a BP gas station, a Millennium Food Mart, some people call it. It was very near I-240, and then just a minute later, officers having to respond to another shooting on Norris Road in I-240 at that southbound ramp where officers found a female victim with a gunshot wound. We're working to find out the conditions of all of those who have been injured in these shootings. MPD very busy, so they're giving us as much update as they can at this point, but you can see the dots there on your map of the different places where we have had shootings. And then, as Bria Jones just said, there has been a shooting in Poplar and Evergreen and a carjacking, which is the reason that we now hear that he is driving a Toyota SUV, a gray SUV, and there is some discrepancy whether or not this is a Toyota, but we do know it's an SUV, and it was carjacked there at Poplar and Evergreen. But at first he was in what appeared to be a blue or silver sedan, an Infiniti or Nissan. So he then carjacked someone in the middle of this crime spree, and this is where we are now. They're actively looking for him.
And again, we're in the middle of an active shooter situation, but this is a very different type of active shooter situation because in most active shooter situations, they're going into a place like a school or a supermarket like we saw in Collierville, or they're going into a shopping center. But this case, they're trying to find someone who's traveling the city, and they have no idea because he's not leaving them a big trail. He's just hitting and then he's going and moving on to the next place. Most of the time, what they want to try to do is confront the shooter as quickly as they possibly can.
There's another one. Let's see what we got right here.
That AutoZone Park. So that gives you kind of the range of where the suspect has been driving around and shooting people. The farthest east location we're aware of is the U of M campus. It goes as far north as Raleigh, and that's the AutoZone Park on Jackson. It goes as far west as the Poplar and Evergreen location you're looking at here. But we are under no illusions that there very well may be more. We're just trying to make sure that what we bring to you is confirmed, and that we can tell you with certainty that that is where police are actively investigating and trying to find whatever clues they may be able to try and piece together how it happened, why it happened, and find who's responsible.
Well, we don't need
to
to know. The guy's just—he's crazy. Evidently, he lost a friend.
Of the city right now,
or like they're either in jail or there's
established communications with Rebecca Butcher.
If
not, she was having trouble hearing earlier, so we weren't able to ask her any questions. But it would be good to get any new information that she's been able to ascertain at that location, and perhaps there's a scene commander at that. AutoZone Park in Raleigh, where RJ Shakur is also. Maybe there's an update there that we can get some clue, some inkling as to exactly how this transpired.
Oh, there we go.
And,
awesome.
You know, what witnesses may have seen, and that has been valuable to us, at least as far as this location here, Poplar and Evergreen, because if we hadn't been able to talk to the eyewitness who saw what went down here, we would not be able to share with you that this started as a 4-car crash, and that a man, that's presumably the suspect you see on the left side of your screen there, was acting like he was hurt and then proceeded to shoot a woman who was wearing scrubs at the time. And then, of course, there's this added element in this age of social media that is just as disturbing, that some of these shootings, maybe all of them, were being broadcast on Facebook Live as they happened. And as I also mentioned earlier, Facebook very good about monitoring for this kind of thing and taking down or canceling those accounts as soon as possible. So we have to presume that that has happened in this case here. And hopefully we have seen the last of the shootings tonight, because there have been multiple incidents, and we're in this phase of just trying to figure out, well, what order did they all happen in? Exactly how many victims are we talking about here? Were there any other confirmed locations that police have not shared with us yet, other than the ones we're aware of. We're trying to nail down whether another shooting on East Parkway South near Cooper Young, the 900 block, might be another victim, but we don't know that. We just know that it happened about the same time, and as you look at that address, about the same area where some of the other shootings have occurred too. So that's just a big question mark right now, but we do know that there was a confirmed shooting on East Parkway South. All of this centered around a 19-year-old who started the shooting rampage, and
so it's
according to police,
Zeek,
they still have not apprehended.
He was streaming live on Facebook
for the crimes, I should say. We have a report from our Brad Broders that witnesses telling him that police have been going back and forth in front of the Pyros restaurant on Union Avenue. Of course, that's in Midtown, actually not far from Cooper Young. So again, that's raising some questions, and we're just doing our best to nail down exactly why this guy would be running around killing people or trying to kill them randomly, and why is he presumably continuing to do this, and why he has not been caught yet. We know that.
All right, I'm gonna cut that one off. Sorry, guys. Hang on. I got another one here. That's the one I wanted. All right, here we go. Sorry. So, what happened here? That one's not live anymore. All right.
To stay home while this is going on, because we don't need any more loss of life, any more injuries. Again, we're not sure exactly how many people have been injured, because we're not sure in this particular incident, because we're not sure which ones are connected and which ones are not. That is what we're working to find out tonight. And of course, we're working to find out why. What is the why behind this?
Yeah, what is the motive? Why would a 19-year-old want to go out, drive around the city and start shooting people in this way? It's completely incomprehensible. But we're here with you because we're all in this together. We want to help you get through this as well. So we're trying to bring you as much information as we possibly can, bring you up to speed on what we know, and this is what we know so far. Police are looking for this young man. They believe he is 19 years old, somewhere out there, on the lookout for him. From the looks of it, just traveling around the city, randomly shooting people. Police believe he is possibly responsible for as many as 4 shootings across the city today. Apparently started up in the Fraser area at an AutoZone, made his way across the city over to 240, where he went into a Millennium Market there, and I think before he even got inside, he apparently shot someone there at the pumps. That person did not survive, then drove down the street, just a couple of blocks down I-240 at the North Street exit, shot a woman who is in critical condition in the hospital, and then from what police believe, he may be responsible for a carjacking in the Midtown area at Poplar and Evergreen, where he apparently carjacked a woman, shot her, and then took off in what is believed to be a gray SUV. But the question is, where is he now?
Memphis,
and also, again, as you just alluded to, what is motivating this? Why would someone do this in the city? When you looked at his Facebook page, he says he lives in Memphis, but apparently grew up or was raised in the Orlando, Florida area. So we'll see if that
and we're still trying to find out more about who this 19-year-old is, and as Greg said, what would drive him to do something like this. And when you watch the Facebook post that we watched of him going, he was in his car, just driving right along and talking on Facebook Live, appeared to be, Greg and I talked about this, appeared to be somewhat foaming at the mouth a little, and then saying that he was for real and this is real and watch me. saying things like that before he got out of the car, rolling on Facebook Live, opened the door to the AutoZone like he was any other customer, and then just opened fire on the first person that he saw. It was really some shocking video. And the reason that Memphis police say that this guy is armed and extremely dangerous.
Again, an active shooter situation, the first objective is to find him, find that man.
Yeah,
where is the gunman? Then they will confront him. In essence, in this case, they're going to shoot first, ask questions later. They want to put a stop to it, which means they may have to put him down. And if it turns into a standoff, they may try to negotiate. What does the suspect want? Are they making any demands? Why are they doing this?
No, they're not doing anything.
And, you know,
it's just,
if he does end up taking hostages, goes into a situation like that, the motto is run.
All right, hang on. Yeah, we're not going to do that. We're going to go back over to here.
One more time, if we can, the picture we have, because
we got a different one
above Overton Square, and maybe our photographer on the ground there is trying to see if he can't find it in the sky.
Guys, at the beginning
now
of
we're
the stream,
finally getting an
Facebook
identification
page.
here. Major Karen Rudolph from Memphis Police is joining us. Major, thank you for being with us. I understand you have positively identified this 19-year-old that you're looking for. What's his name? Can you hear me, Karen? Karen, it's Richard Ransom at ABC 24. Can you hear me? I hear some background noise, but I don't hear Karen. I am getting word of the tweet that's just been sent out from Memphis Police. Ezekiel Kelly. Ezekiel Kelly is the confirmed suspect's name, 19 years old, and is been confirmed from Memphis Police as the suspect who's responsible for this shooting rampage. That at this point we have narrowed down to 1, 2, 3, possibly 4 locations, and we know of 2 victims for sure. At the AutoZone Park on Raleigh, on Jackson Avenue, we know that a man was shot there, and we know that a woman, this is based on an eyewitness account, was shot by the suspect at Poplar and Evergreen, which has led police to take the action you see there, and that's basically shut down the intersection. They've got the crime scene tape up. I don't even know how many emergency vehicles have responded to that scene. Yet, despite that police presence there, the location of Ezekiel
Sorry, guys,
Kelly
I was talking to y'all a second.
Remains a mystery at this point. And the search
I was
is
just saying
in
here, I was
full
like,
force
yeah,
to
don't
try
forget
and
to say
find him as
prayers
soon
for
as
the Memphis
possible
police. They've been
before
really run
anyone else,
ragged.
will
Megan,
get hurt.
welcome back. We're
I know
talking about
that
the
this is,
Eliza
disturbing,
Fletcher
a very
deal,
disturbing
and
story.
this
I'm
happened.
disturbed,
This is a
certainly
live
reporting
event
it
in
to you.
Memphis.
I
am
getting texts, I'm sure. Hey, Karen, are you on the phone now?
Hey, it's Brittany.
Brittany, okay. Brittany, what can you tell us about what you're seeing?
So right now I'm actually in Midtown, and we've been seeing police officers go back and forth. Helicopters are appearing to do some kind of a search. I'm locked down inside of a restaurant right now, and I apologize if I sound a little shaky because it is a scary situation. It's even hard to keep the composure. It took a while before a lot of businesses had closed and locked their doors, and that's one of the issues that some people had. I know that's the issue that I had, because we were sitting here and we're hearing the reports and still no one locked the doors. The other thing is you see a lot of people still walking out on the street, as you know, there's no alert that went out. At least I didn't receive one, and the people that I'm with didn't receive one. So there's people that are still walking out on the street, and what I can only imagine probably don't even have any idea of what's going on. But right now, you know, I'm in a restaurant. I'm safe, so I'm thankful for that. The people in here are safe. We're all kind of stuck in here and just watching alerts as we get them, watching alerts as we see them, checking our phones, listening to newscasts. We actually turned all the TVs in this restaurant on so that way we can get alerts. You know, there are people here that are ready to get home, especially the workers. The restaurant I'm in is supposed to close, and people are trying to get home to their kids and can't leave. So I'm kind of at a loss for words, especially what we've seen. I mean, it's a scary it's a scary situation,
Okay,
not
so
knowing
yeah,
what's going
kinda
on
his
or
thing. I was
exactly
watching
where
it. I'm trying to
this
catch up with
suspect
it.
is. But like I
Let's
said,
see, hang on, guys. I'm
around
sorry.
here
I've
are
got to start
starting
talking.
to lock their doors. The one of them is
Yes, this
definitely
is
has
right
definitely
now,
locked their
Casey Girl.
doors.
This is happening right now.
I know I was one of the people who asked about it, and a friend of mine
This
asked
is
to lock
a live
doors.
event.
I'm not sure if other people did, but we've all been watching, we've all been paying attention. Like I said, people want to go home anxiously to their families, but we can't leave at this time. I literally just saw about 3 officers speed by. You can hear the sirens every now and then. And a little while ago, we saw the helicopters. So we're just waiting to hear and trying to stay as safe as possible. Most of the people are kind of
Megan. Thanks for
towards
being
the back
here.
of
Thank
the,
you.
not the back
So
of
guys,
the
this is a live
restaurant, but
event
away
in
from
Memphis
where
right
the
now.
doors and
This guy,
exits
I'm
are, so
watching
that
the
way
video.
we
If
can
you guys
see what's going on on the street. So we're just basically we're all just inside trying to make sure that we're all safe and updating each other when we hear different information and the latest information.
Well, Brittany, I apologize for introducing you as Karen Rudolph. I know that's not your name, but we have been trying to establish phone contact with Karen Rudolph. She's, of course, the major with the Memphis Police Department who does such a good job of trying to keep us up to date on crime scenes, no matter when they happen or where they happen.
Check out that
and we had
Facebook
hoped
link
to
I
establish
sent
phone
you.
contact with her, and then you popped up, which is fine. I'm glad to hear from you. You, again, are at the Saltwater
hey,
Crab.
wait a second.
Where is that located, and about how many people were in the restaurant when you were told you had to shelter in place?
So at first when we got here, the restaurant was pretty full. People started getting the alerts of shooters being nearby or just around the area. And a lot of it, we don't know what's confirmed, what's not, because it's just blowing up on social media. So people started to leave, but by the time they locked the doors, there's probably about maybe 20 of us that are still here, and we're just watching the news to see what happens to get as much information as possible. Like I said, this restaurant was supposed to close, I believe, at around 9, and so we don't know how long we'll be here. And it's crazy, and it's surprising for me to just see people still, outside, and I can only imagine they probably didn't know for some. And then the simple fact that, like I said, I'm upset because we had to ask to get the doors put on lock, and some of the employees even wanted the doors unlocked. So,
I mean, I can totally relate to that. I mean, who wants to be stuck in a restaurant if you feel like your safety might be in danger, or your family who you want to get to them and give them a hug and make sure they're safe? I can see why people would be very uncomfortable in that situation. I mean, I've got a text from Susan Adler Thorpe, one of our political consultants, was at the Roost Chris restaurant in East Memphis when they locked that place down. The manager walked her to her car and she drove back on the streets. Not sure she should have done that, given what police are suggesting now, but it seems like police feel that enough of the public is in danger here that they're urging the whole city to just basically shelter in place for right now. That shot we're showing people of Poplar and Evergreen. You saw Matt, a bus there making a left turn. That may be the last bus you see do that for a while, because Matt is now telling us that they have suspended all bus service in the city of Memphis now. So
all
Matt
bus
is shut
service.
down.
That's a huge
We know
thing.
AutoZone Park is on lockdown. The game's suspended there. U of M is on lockdown. No active threat there, telling us this just coming into me a few seconds ago. No active threat there
guys, the
right
city
now,
of
but
Memphis
they
has
are
a million
encouraging people
people
just
in
to
it,
stay off the
okay?
streets. And that
They're
really
telling
is the
everybody to
best
stay
advice right
inside.
now. They had to deal with a shooting involving the suspect at Patterson and Southern. Don't know if someone
that's
was
crazy,
just
Emily.
a shooting report.
That's
Really
cool.
told. We don't know that there was a victim at that particular
Take care.
scene.
Get
but
back
we do know there
over
was
into.
a
Let me know how
female
you do,
victim at the
how
one
you're
you're
doing
looking at here on
tomorrow,
your
okay?
screen. Poplar and
New
Evergreen.
Zealand
We do
Mysteries,
know
this
that there was
is
a male
a
victim
big-time,
at the
big
AutoZone
bad
Park
event.
on
Guys,
Jackson
this is
and Raleigh. And
I'm putting this out here, and guys, I mean, please, like the tubes and everything else, I hope this does not get a hit, because this is a public service type thing that the news is doing. I want everybody to get this. A lot of people don't have Memphis news. You have relatives, you have family. I have family in Memphis, okay? My family is down there, and I want them to be safe.
There was a four-car crash.
If you know anybody, or if you're in the area, if you know somebody driving through Memphis, make sure they know that this is going on right now.
And shot a woman who was wearing scrubs at the time. And the randomness of this and the unpredictability of it
is why
ID
crisis. Awesome, man. I haven't seen it in a while.
Let's just, out of abundance of caution,
wherever
you are,
is a
let's
thing
just
that's
shelter in
going
place
on.
until we
We've
can
covered
find
that
him.
extensively
And,
now.
you know, when something like this
yeah,
happens,
the AutoZone
of
thing
course
is
have the
horrifying.
social media
Guys,
that
I
goes,
see there's a lot of people here.
that
I'm
blows
glad
up,
to
but
see you here.
nonetheless, you got to try and get your
okay,
information
live, I'm
from
gonna talk.
mainstream
Yeah,
services you can trust. And Brittany, that's why we're so glad to have you on the phone, sharing with us what you're observing, and knowing that this scene
so that way something
is
happens,
being
I can
repeated
come
at
back
restaurants
to it.
all over the city.
Guys,
I wonder,
this is a major event.
Decided
I'm going to
just
try to
leave.
find
I mean,
it.
they're not
I'm
gonna,
going all
they're not gonna
over.
force you to keep you inside, right?
You know, right now,
Can't understand
I'm
what
not
you're saying
sure
if you
if
talk
they
over the news
would,
report. Sorry, Gene. I'll turn that down.
make us stay. I haven't seen anybody leave within like the last 30 minutes. So
Okay. Well, how were you
I
approached? How
imagine
were you
that they
told?
wouldn't.
Did a manager just get up and announce
well-
to the restaurant, you got to stay here because their police are saying you need a shelter in place, or what were you told?
Actually, no. No one actually said anything. When I first got to the restaurant, that's when we got the alert that there had been an active shooter. And so when we went inside, of course, we wanted to go inside the restaurant instead of being outside. And, you know, we were talking to the manager, mentioned, you know, that there's an active shooter. And the manager was aware, but police were going up and down the street. So they were like, we're okay for now. And then as we started hearing reports about the shooter being near our area, that's when they locked down the door. But they did not make a announcement or anything like that. I actually learned from another customer here because they were outside on the patio and they moved indoors and they said that they were locking the doors. And then I asked a member of the staff and they did confirm that they locked the doors.
Okay. And about how many people are there in the restaurant with you, did you say?
There's about 20 of us. Right now it's actually because they locked the doors down, they had people, you know, pretty calm. There wasn't a lot of chaos or anything like that in the restaurant. Like I said, at first the restaurant was pretty full and people started to leave as the alert started to come in. But
what restaurant did
the
she
remainder
say?
of us that are in here, everything seems pretty calm. No panic or anything like that. Like I said, everyone is just basically watching the news and calling loved ones. I've heard employees on the phone with loved ones, you know, checking to make sure people were safe. Them checking in. I've had people call me from, you know, out of town just to see, you know, are you okay? So I can tell you that it's definitely a little bit of a relief knowing that we're locked down inside and not outside.
Okay.
Hang on, I missed this. Oh my gosh.
What's going through your mind? I mean, you're a reporter who gets to cover the good and the bad and the ugly of Memphis, Tennessee on a daily basis.
Megan, thank you so much. It's a super sticker. Oh, I gotta go to super stickers. Oh, I love super stickers. All right, I'll be back with that. Thank you, Megan.
A prisoner in a restaurant right now, waiting for Memphis police to catch a suspect who's randomly shooting people.
You know, Richard, it's honestly hard to even explain. When I literally say I'm shaking right now, I'm a little shaking because you know.
What restaurant did she say she's in?
You hear about this happening. And it's not that, and you know, to be on precaution, you know, to be.
Guys, if you're here,
you know,
please hit this like
kind
button
of thing. But, you know,
so
like
other people will
just
know this is happening. Try to get as many people here. Share this with people if you can.
You know, it's hard for me to even explain. Like I'm actually with a friend who's from Memphis but came back. She doesn't live in Memphis but came down.
Yeah, I
down
could talk to you about Memphis all night,
and
man.
we just decided to go. You know, just one day we just decided to grab it to eat because we both got off of work and now we're stuck. You know, so. It's definitely a scary situation. It's almost make you concerned, like you can't go anywhere nowadays. And that's the frustration, you know. You can't go to the store. You can't go to school. You can't go to a restaurant.
Yeah, you can. We can still go everywhere. We just have to watch out for everybody, guys. We got to watch out for our friends.
We even have to.
We got to watch. Remember,
like,
everybody. We got to watch out for everybody.
Yeah. And we all relate to that because we cannot relate to your feelings because we cannot relate to the mentality of someone who would be going around a city and randomly shooting at people. He doesn't know and just wants to hurt them and possibly kill them. It's just incomprehensible, and so we're left with trying to
possibly
try and just stay track.
We saw tonight there's
what
video.
He's been up to.
Yeah, he
try
did.
to inform people the best we can, and just know
he went into a AutoZone
right
and ended a.
Cannot fully explain our frustration and anger that this is having to even be a story tonight. That we're having to deal with pleas from a police department the size of Memphis and a city the size of Memphis saying, hey, folks, you got to stay inside. You got to shelter in place until we find them. Now, we do, in the effort to find them, we should share Some new information that we have. This is from Memphis Police on the car that they are
Sorry,
looking
guys, I
for.
couldn't get
You
to my.
mentioned it was a gray
I can't get
SUV.
to
We
the
have
button. I don't have
confirmed it
a
actually is a gray Toyota SUV. There was
Excuse
some
me.
question about that earlier. And not
trying to
only
get
is
to
it a gray
Discord.
Toyota SUV, I don't know exactly which model,
Awesome,
but we do know
Jen.
the make.
you see the,
we know
Facebook
that
I
it
sent
has
you?
Arkansas tags. In fact, I even have a license plate number to share with you. That license plate number is
hear this?
AEV 63K. AEV 63K is the license plate that they're looking
AEV
for.
63K is the license plate.
Of the gray SUV that has Arkansas tags.
Arkansas,
And
let's see.
hopefully, if someone does happen to be
AEV.
out and about and sees a
Was it
vehicle matching that description,
3K?
boy, please don't waste any time in calling 911 and
plates.
letting authorities know that you have likely spotted the vehicle in question here and the suspect who's driving it. Trying to look through some of our other information sources here, see
I
what else
forgot where I
we've
was. Hang on a second. I'm totally lost.
been able to piece
Oh, yeah.
together
There we
here
go.
for you.
StreamYard.
The scenes that we're aware of. Okay, we do have Lieutenant Rudolph, Major Rudolph. I'm sorry, Major Rudolph. I hear you're on the phone with us.
Oh, they have the police. They have the police.
Richard Ransom, thank you. I know this is a crazy night. Just bring us up to speed on the latest information you have about Ezekiel Kelly and where your efforts are concentrated right now in trying to find him.
So I don't have his location. We don't know where he's at right now, but I do have additional information as far as the tag number.
Okay.
It's going to be a silver or gray Toyota with Arkansas tag. Alpha Echo Victor 63 Kilo.
Okay.
And AEV 63K.
Gotcha. We'll put that on the screen. Ezekiel Kelly, we have reporters, Major, who are out and about and are seeing large police presence, not only there at Poplar and Evergreen where there was a shooting, but also they're hearing choppers above the air, in the air, I should say, above Overton Square. Is that where you're concentrating your search right now?
Right now we're following up on several different locations. I don't have them right now. I don't have the exact locations.
Okay.
We're just trying to piece together all the information to find out which incident he's involved with.
So
Okay.
she called in to
Can you
give
tell
the,
me, we've been trying to,
tag
do you know
numbers.
how many locations we're dealing with right now where he may have fired shots?
Megan, thank you for the
I don't.
super sticker.
The last
I love that.
That I
I
received
love that little
was
pair
around
guy. He's
5 different
hilarious.
locations. Like I said, we're trying to verify if he's responsible for those.
Right.
So again, the most important information is for people
Yes, we need to get
shelter
this
in
guy.
place.
Absolutely. And we've been putting his face on the screen constantly tonight, hoping that
Thank
will
you.
help you in your efforts to try and find Ezekiel Kelly. Again, the new information from Major Rudolph, Arkansas tags AEV 63K. You say a Toyota SUV. Do you know the particular model? I know the make is Toyota, but do you know which kind of SUV Toyota makes that he's
I do not yet. The tag apparently does not come back to the vehicle, or
Okay.
it's not coming back showing as registered. So I can't verify that, but as soon as we get more information, we'll be pushing it out. So I just ask for everybody to stay on our social media, and they'll get updated as soon as we get information.
And when was the decision made to urge people to shelter in place, and how did you come to that conclusion?
I don't know the exact time. I pushed it out as soon as we decided that that's what we needed to do. If you have somebody out that's firing shots, we have multiple locations. We don't know what his motive is. So the best thing is for everybody to stay at home, shelter in place until we can get him in custody.
Absolutely. And to those who are concerned about, gee, I really want to, I know you're telling me to shelter in place at this restaurant,
Okay,
but I
so
really
this
want to
is
get to
breaking right now in
my wife and
Memphis.
kids who are several miles away.
is,
you would say to them what?
This is the police
I would
talking
tell
right
them to shelter
now.
in place where there are. I mean, like any emergency situation that happens, if everybody is sheltered in place, then you know everybody's safe.
I want to let you go because I know you're busy, but let me just run through. The locations we're aware of are the AutoZone on Jackson and Raleigh.
Hang on a
We're
second,
aware
Roll.
that there was a shooting at Patterson and Southern that had the U of M issuing a lockdown there. We know about the one we have a live picture of now that people are
ABC
looking at a
24.
Poplar and Evergreen. That's 3. And we know that there was a shooting at 946 East
Memphis
Parkway
scanner's
South
offline again.
earlier this evening. Is that believed to be another one of them?
It may possibly be
Okay.
involved with this as well. Like I said, a lot of information's coming in. We've got a lot of scenes working. I don't want to provide the wrong information. So as soon as we can get all the details, then we will get that out.
Yes.
Any of the victims dead that you know of?
I don't have that information.
Okay, all right, I'm going to let you go, but I really appreciate your
didn't see
time,
that.
and hopefully we'll get in contact with you later if you can give us some new and updated information.
Okay, thank you.
All right, be good. We
Hey,
appreciate
cool,
you.
bro, what's up?
All right, so we've learned more, and that's beneficial. We appreciate Major Rudolph coming on the air with us to share what she has. She said as many as 5 locations, but I've only was able to get 4 out of her for sure. But at least we have some parameters there that we know about, and there may be a 5th location too.
What were the
We just
4
don't know the
locations?
exact,
Did anybody pay? I
address
wasn't
or
paying
who
attention to that. I'm
the
sorry.
victim may or may not be,
I've got
but we are
3,
aware
4
of at
things
this
here.
point
I'm
as we
trying
try
to
to
figure out where I'm going next.
go through the information that we've gotten confirmed from Memphis Police. We know that there are 4, maybe 5 locations, that the locations range from Raleigh to the north to Patterson and Southern to the east near the U of M campus, to Poplar and Evergreen, which is in Midtown, and also in Midtown, 946 East Parkway South, near Cooper Young. Major Rudolph believes is another location. We know that MATA has suspended trolley and bus service
Yes, Memphis,
due to this citywide active shooter
buses
situation.
are shut down.
We know that that U of M is on lockdown as a result of the situation and the shooting. that
Everything
occurred
is
near
shut down in
Patterson and
Memphis
Southern.
right now. The police are putting out a
We
major
know that
alert. I've never
everyone's
heard
being
anything like
asked
this.
to
Memphis
shelter
has
in
a
place where
huge
they
is
are
a
until
huge
the suspect
city.
is caught. And we know that the suspect is believed to be driving around in an Arkansas a gray SUV with Arkansas tags AEV 63K that don't necessarily
Memphis has
match,
633,104
the make and
people
model
in it.
that is being driven. So that's interesting. Raises questions that a stolen vehicle may be involved here. Also, we know that the suspect, Ezekiel Kelly, is really the focus of the citywide effort right now to find him. He's 19 years old. Originally, with the initial shootings, he was posting them on Facebook, and that he was just basically randomly going from one location to another.
Shelby County, where
firing
Memphis sits, has
at anyone who got in his way
929,744
and
people
tried
in it.
different methods
it's like
at
a
each
million
location,
people.
whether it be just walking into the store in the case of the
And you're
AutoZone
telling them to go
in
inside.
Raleigh, or whether it be
RJ.
staging perhaps a 4-car crash at Poplar and Evergreen and pretending to be hurt and shooting anyone who tried to approach
Poplar
him
and
help him.
Evergreen was where
He
the
didn't need
first
help. Well, he didn't need
incident
help,
was.
But he didn't need help medically, but he took advantage of people's generosity and kindness trying to help him and returned that favor by shooting at them. In the case of Poplar and Evergreen, a woman, we don't know what age, who the eyewitnesses are telling us was wearing medical scrubs at the time. So that is the most current information that we have. We've been hearing from people, many of you viewers who've been concerned about your safety, the safety of your family. You've been just going out to dinner. In the case of our reporter,
Okay,
Brittany Moncrief, at the Saltwater Crab, when she was told that the restaurant was on lockdown. Another
Saltwater
friend of
Crab.
this television station, Susan Adler Thorpe, at Roost Chris Steakhouse.
Poplar
there in
and
East
Evergreen.
Memphis,
I'm going to try to find the map
told
on that.
the restaurant was closing down and to shelter in place, and she was escorted to her car by a manager. But that's what this one person, the effect that this one person is having on this entire city right now, and that is why Major Rudolph was adamant about asking for everyone's help in finding him, so that there are no more victims. But as I've been talking to you here since that Poplar and Evergreen scene now for probably 30 minutes or so, at least thankfully we haven't heard about any more random shootings in that period of time. Brittany Moncrief, let me go back to you. You're at the Saltwater Crab, and you said you were with about 20 people who are also sheltering in place with you?
Yes, there's about 20 of us here. We're kind of just waiting it out. There's really nothing else that, we can do. And I don't think anybody wants to leave out, honestly, at this time. Like I said earlier, there's some people that, want to get home and want to get home to their families. But once we started hearing that some of the areas or those locations weren't too far from where we were, and we started seeing more police officers coming down Madison back and forth, they put the building on the restaurant on lockdown. And now we're all just sitting here literally just watching the news, updating each other on what we hear, calling family, loved ones, friends, checking in to let them know that we're safe. But there's no panic or anything inside of the restaurant. which I'm really thankful for. And I think that a lot of that goes to the owner locking the doors.
Yeah, I mean,
All right,
that's
I'm
the
gonna
right thing to do.
find
And
another-
when your police department feels that there's that kind of risk to public safety, that they issue something like this, I've never been aware of a time that they've done this, at least not in recent memory. You take that seriously and you heed that caution. Brittany, we have received word, unfortunately, that the person who was shot at the location at Poplar and Evergreen, we just know that that person is dead because that our reporter on the scene has seen the body. And so we know of at least one death as a result of this turn of events that started this evening. And there may be more, but that is the only confirmed death that we have at this point, although we know other people, multiple other people have been shot at these different locations that we've been telling you about. Once again, that is according to our crews at the scene. Police have not confirmed how that person died, but we do know that our reporter at the scene has seen that to be the case, that a person is dead there at the scene you're looking at Evergreen and Poplar. We're still waiting to hear for word on the conditions of the other victims that were shot at the other locations. We're aware that the city is actively in an active manhunt right now for Ezekiel Kelly. He's 19 years old. We know the choppers are in the air looking for him. We could not get from Major Rudolph that there was really a focused area of this search right now, other than what we have learned from our crews who are out and about, that there is a chopper above the Overton Square area searching, and that would lead one to believe that's certainly one of the areas. There may be others, but we do know that Overton Square is certainly one location where they're actively looking right now. We know that
all right, guys, hang on. I got a screenshot of
driving around in a gray
this is
Toyota SUV with Arkansas tags AEV 63K. The police are saying if you see him, please call them immediately. Call 911 and let them know. We know that the University of Memphis campus is on lockdown, although it's approaching 9 o'clock at night. So that probably isn't affecting a whole lot of people at this point.
Right,
They're just urging people to stay off the streets, and that, of course, is wise advice right now. And we know that the game involving the Redbirds downtown at AutoZone Park was suspended for now to keep fans safe, and again follow along with this citywide.
This is not far from where the
Memphis police to shelter in place, and that is exactly what a lot of retail establishments, and in the case of AutoZone Park, baseball stadiums, how they are reacting if.
So people are at a baseball game right now.
That, has the whole city.
You've been told to shelter in place. What do you do if you're told to shelter in place?
So far, that man has been able to avoid
in a whole city.
And the result of that is you have a city of close to 650,000 people.
Prayers for Memphis.
Wanting to feel at least somewhat safe again.
Yeah, it is.
Someone who's willing to randomly.
Well, it's one of the Kingston Pikes of Memphis
is apprehended, and they can at least feel somewhat.
Yeah, still at large.
Relieved that that's the case.
So we're right now. This is where the first shooting is. I'm going to show you guys real quick if I get over here. This is the suspect. Oh yes, this is the suspect we're looking for. That is Zeek Honcho.
EV63K.
He.
When you talk about the 18 to 20 people who are there,
he had.
You said
he put it on
trying to stay away from
Facebook
the windows
Live. He started doing the
visible to anyone who might drive by.
Pewing.
Absolutely. The restaurant we're in, it has a lot of windows. It has a patio spot that's pretty exposed, but there's also a covering. But that is also the covering is basically just windows all around. And so
none of this matters. You're just like in some random restaurant in Memphis.
Closed, I guess. Later in the year.
All right, I'm going to look for another.
So there were people that were out on the patio, but as we started hearing the report,
Facebook stream to see if somebody else,
in the area
there's
where
another.
Might have been, people started to come back indoors. Some people left myself and my friend, we chose not to leave. Right when we got here again, that's when we heard the alert, and so we decided from the beginning we were just going to stay inside and not be outside at all because we didn't know, what was happening or where he was. So we have been here for probably over an hour, and like I said, the restaurant is supposed to close around 9:30, and we even talked to one of the employees, and she was like, "It's a good chance we're not leaving, on time."
All right, guys,
and,
I'm gonna stop this stream.
I spoke with, she.
I'm not gonna stop the stream. I'm gonna share a different screen. Okay. So we're gonna do. Oops, wrong page. This one. Here we go.
Joyce Peterson, she was at the scene where Ezekiel Kelly was driving an Infiniti. He crashed an Infiniti here at this scene and jumped into another vehicle, which they have now identified as this gray Toyota with that Arkansas tag. So again, it's a fluid situation. Many details unknown at this time, but again, they know who they're looking for. We're trying to get as much information as we can. Memphis police confirming to us that they're very busy tonight because of the multiple shootings all across the city.
Kelly?
Various crime scenes
that's not what
across
his
the
Facebook
city.
says. Facebook says
But again,
Honcho.
this is the active shooter that they're looking for. Major Rudolph there with MPD confirming to us for the public at large to stay at home.
Annabelle,
Multiple
how are you
businesses
doing?
across the city.
Yeah, it has been. Annabelle, I'm from Memphis as well.
In place. MATA has
my
suspended
hometown. I don't
its
live there right
service
now,
again
but
to provide for you. No one is taking this lightly. That this is not a joke. This is not just a random shooting that has happened across the city.
Right now?
And there's no need for you to be
shelter
on
in
guard.
place, Annabelle?
It is the exact opposite. They have no idea where the shooter is. 19-year-old Ezekiel Kelly is who they're looking for. And the main message from Memphis police that they're sharing with us right now is for you to shelter in place. And again, if you're expecting someone maybe from the fair, if a family member or a friend went to the Delta Fair,
do you have this?
They're locked down in place right now. We just spoke to a Delta Fair organizer who said that his words, he's calling it a fortress because Shelby County officials, deputies, law enforcement, heavy presence there. They have blocked the entrances to the fair.
All right.
So you won't be able to go there. They're not letting anyone in or out at this time. And again, local businesses across the city are taking heed to this advisement from Memphis police to shelter in place, to lock down, to shut in. However you want to put it, the safest place for you to be right now is indoors. And the main reason for that is because they don't know where this active shooter is. They are calling him armed and dangerous, still has a gun, still out there somewhere. We received word earlier that this is now stretching into our neighboring areas. DeSoto County officials telling us that their city is on high alert as well because, again, Memphis police don't know where this active shooter is. We have live team coverage for you monitoring the situation. Let's go to Bria Bolden right now. Bria, you're on Beale Street.
All right, I
can imagine that there may have been folks out there as well. Tell us the situation there.
To put his name up there.
Actually, Joy, it's on the contrary right now. It looks like things are business as usual here on Beale Street. We take a look
Beale
this
Street,
way.
nobody cares.
We still got
Look at
multiple
this.
people out right now. Tons of people. It looks like it might be bike night out on Beale Street tonight, but
Nobody
for the
on
most
Beale Street.
part, it doesn't really seem like anyone is very aware exactly of this situation at the moment. But I just talked to one bar. It told me they're not closed right now. They're open. There's people inside. Not like we're seeing with the rest of downtown. We just left AutoZone Park. AutoZone Park's completely shut down. The attendees who are at the Redbirds game tonight are upstairs in the press box area, sheltering in place there with Memphis police outside. We did see some Memphis police officers. Actually, I think just walk behind me. There's some more.
It's not always Memphis live happening right now. This weekend has been
for the
crazy.
most part,
I've been able to be in front of the news on a lot of this stuff.
Like normal on Beale Street right now. Nothing like the rest of downtown.
This
Nothing out
is,
of the
of course,
ordinary.
happened. I just was doing a stream about Eliza Fletcher, and worked from that stream, found out about this. And
I want to talk to you because it's just interesting that you know some people are oblivious to what's going on.
Oh, here we go.
Our news
TJ,
crew, obviously there, our truck
February
there.
2020,
Has
Kelly
anyone
was charged
asked
with,
you
let me turn
what's
this
going
down a
on?
little
Have
bit.
you asked anyone about this situation? If they've heard anything? I know that we've sent notice this
Down
from
a
our
little
phone.
bit. Let's see what the other channel has too, by the way.
Yeah, no one has asked me why we were here at all, what was going on. I asked a man who works.
Is she using her
at Alfred's
AirPods
right
to
here
talk
on
to
Beale
the
Street
station?
if they were still open, and he told me that they are still open.
All right,
We see
Kelly
people
was
out
charged
here
2
going
counts of
inside the
attempted
bars, coming
first-degree
outside the
murder,
bars.
possession of a
And
firearm,
like I
and
said, it's
reckless
business as
endangerment
usual
with a
here.
deadly weapon.
Joy, I really don't think people know exactly the situation
He was
that Memphis police are
17,
dealing with right now.
so of course
And
they
speaking
don't
of
hold that
Memphis
against
police,
him.
Bria, do you see?
Oh my
any
gosh,
cops out there?
Annabelle, thank you for a super sticker. Now I have to do my super sticker dance. I gotta go find it because I'm on StreamYards, is the streaming service I use. Oh, awesome. Awesome. So look at this.
And we did see some officers on foot.
This
Not a
Annabelle.
large presence here at all. Nothing like we saw
Yeah, Annabelle,
in Auto
it's
Park or in some of the other areas we've been
oh
to
wait,
in
wait,
the
wait, wait,
Midtown
hold on,
area
hold
at
on.
all.
I'm losing it.
Not really a presence at all.
Right, hang on a
I
second
counted
here.
about
There
3
it is.
police officers here.
All right, that's our Bria Bolden there. And so, Bria, we'll check back in with you. Very different scene, as you mentioned, not far.
And guys,
from where you
thank you
are
for
on
being
Beale
patient
there,
with me.
AutoZone,
This
a
is,
much different
it's just me on a
scene. And
laptop
just,
right now.
just
Is
to
how I
bring you
do
up to
this
speed,
stuff.
Bria's talking about
And
those
it
Memphis
is
Redbirds
very,
game. You may be aware
my
of that.
wife
That
is the
was at
White
AutoZone
Rabbit,
Park tonight. Well,
and
they stopped
she
play
is,
with that game. They've locked the park down.
with the
game goers have not been able to
crappy
leave.
virus.
They have everyone doing as Memphis police have advised to shelter in place. Much different scene there on Beale. You may, again, if you're watching, maybe you know someone that's hanging out on Beale Street tonight. Give them a call.
Yes,
let them know
I
what's
said
going on,
that
because
earlier.
This is a
I
very
said,
serious
please,
situation.
guys, you know anybody from Memphis,
Again,
let them know.
If you're just joining
Tell
us,
them
this is
what's
who Memphis
happening.
police are looking for. We have an active
Please,
shooter in the
you
city
guys,
of Memphis.
if you know
It
anybody
frightens me to
driving
even say
through
that,
Memphis
but
or
that is the
anything,
current situation.
please tell them
According
what's
to Memphis police,
happening.
this
It's
is who they are looking for. This is 19-year-old
gray
Ezekiel
Toyota.
Kelly.
This guy,
He is in a gray Toyota.
Annabelle,
We're working to see
thank
if this is a
you.
car,
Thank
an
you,
SUV,
Annabelle.
a truck,
I love
whatever
it.
kind of
See,
make this is.
that's how I have
but
to do
there's
the
the plate,
StreamYard for.
the license plate, the tag we've been looking for.
You guys,
It's
real
an
quick, I want to show you
Arkansas
here.
plate.
This is
The tag number
where the
is
original
AEV
shooting was.
63K.
Gosh, I'm
This person
sorry,
is
guys. I
considered
know I'm
armed
killing
and
the
dangerous. This is
the
a very
tubes.
scary time
But,
for the city right now.
that's
And again,
Poplar
I
and
can't
Evergreen.
emphasize to you enough. Memphis
And
police
this
are
is to
saying
give you
the
a
best
bigger
thing that you
picture
can do
of the whole area.
for
This
your
is
safety
240.
and those
Let me
the safety
take
of those
my,
around you, your family members, your loved ones, is to
wait.
stay indoors. The best way that you can help them catch this guy is to take a good look at your screen, take a picture. I know I have done that since I've been here on the air with you, sharing pictures
Take a
of the
picture of the
suspect. We
screen.
can all
Yeah, that's what
join
we're
in this
doing. We're
together.
trying to
this is who they're
get the
looking
message
for.
out for everybody.
This is the
a lot
time.
of people don't. A lot of people know
You've
people
heard
in
this, and
Memphis.
it is
You
not
guys,
a
you know
cliche,
people in Memphis.
and this is the
You have
perfect
ways to
time to
contact them.
reiterate
Put this
If
out
you
on
have seen
Twitter,
something,
okay?
I'm
Put this
using
out on your
past
social
tense. If
media.
you see something,
Getter
as we
or
speak, if you have seen something in the
if
past,
you
please
have a
say
Facebook,
something.
put
They
it
are
out.
asking for the public's help. They want you
just
to remain vigilant.
Get the word out
Cops
about what's
are
happening.
all over the city
This right here
now,
is an
trying
overview
to
map of
find
the city of
who
Memphis.
this
This is
person,
a picture
or where,
I
I
just
should
got
say,
off
this person
of
is. They know exactly who
of
they're
Apple Maps.
looking for.
So this is
The
a
video on
live
your
a couple
screen,
minutes
this is
ago. That's why
video
you
from
see
earlier today. There
the
was a
pin
shooting
is
at
is
AutoZone.
Poplar and Evergreen.
They're trying
where
to
this first
connect.
started.
There's so many crime
Oh, wait a
scenes
second,
across the
hang
city
on.
right now. They do know, Memphis police
They have
confirmed
video
to
where
us
the guy went
long
in
ago
first. Oh, that's the
on the
AutoZone.
phone, Major Karen Rudolph.
So
with
the
Memphis
guy's
police said
video.
that she saw for herself Ezekiel Kelly. They saw video of him on Facebook that he recorded of himself in the middle of a shooting, shooting someone. All right, so that is why there's a massive manhunt out for him right now.
the guy was.
The city is basically on lockdown. That's what they're
He
asking
jumps out
us
of his
to
car,
do,
he
to
runs
shelter
into
in
the
place,
AutoZone, walked up to a
not
guy.
go outside if you don't have to. The situation is fluid because information's constantly
point
coming
blank.
in. We at least know who they're looking for. Right now, we're trying to find
point
out
blank,
more
man.
about
It
the
was just-
vehicle.
it was absolutely
They're saying
ridiculous.
if you know anything, we can't stress that enough. This is that time. Any little
Let's see the other
tidbit of
Facebook
information,
Lives showing.
any piece of detail information that you can share. Maybe you were at AutoZone earlier today. Maybe you have friends that were somewhere at one of these shooting scenes or sites, or you heard something, or you know the name, or you have seen this person anywhere. Memphis police
Guys, I'm
telling
going
you
to
to
turn
call
the volume
them.
down a little bit so I can show
Call
you.
911 right
So
away
this is current,
because they
okay?
don't know
This is
where
this
this
is the
individual is.
outside.
And
This
again,
is the
seriousness
broader
of
map.
this situation, and
All right.
it's not a joke. This
And
guy
this
is
is the
considered
maps
armed and
like I was showing
dangerous.
earlier about
we understand he was
with,
in an Infinity. He crashed
Eliza
that
Fletcher.
car somewhere near
It was
Poplar
down here
and
in the bottom
Evergreen in
left. It'd be
Midtown.
off this
All right,
map
wrecked that vehicle,
where they found her.
got
But
into
anyway,
another
this is a
vehicle, and
closer shot.
this is what they're in high
You
pursuit
see
of right
where
now.
right
A
here
gray
on the
Toyota
left-hand
with this
side, that red
license
mark, that's my
plate
pin.
that you see
And then
here.
you see that
This is a
do not
frightening
enter.
time for our
That's a
city,
live
and it's
thing because
also
they've
a
got that
time
whole
to band
area
together
shut down.
and
That's
help
that video we
police
were
catch
watching
this guy.
earlier.
All right, that is their number one mission. Number one, to keep you safe, and the best way to
Yeah,
do that
this
is to
is,
stay at home. This is a word from them. Shelter indoors.
Yeah, this is a major
We've been
event happening
hearing
right now.
multiple
Active
reports
shooter.
of businesses
We don't
closing
know what's
all
happening,
across the city,
where they
and that is
found
due to
him.
the advisement of Memphis police. Again, I said it
Yeah,
earlier.
they've called
has
in.
suspended their
Giggy,
services,
they've called
right?
in
So maybe
people.
you had a friend, loved one,
We've
someone
had,
that would take the bus home from work tonight. They won't be able to. All right, so MAT is suspending services, and this is just one of those situations
Yeah,
where
the
it
bus
is
stations
time
are down.
to
They're
band together,
evidently
stay
the
connected with
Memphis
those that you
was
love,
the Redbirds
share
is the
this
baseball
picture.
team.
We're
They're playing
waiting to
tonight.
check
People are
back
in the stadium.
and see if we can hear anything from Memphis police on more details.
No, Tony Smith. This is a separate
they're doing their
event. This is
work
a
now, which is why we
live.
haven't
This
been
is
able to hear
happening. A
much.
guy
They're
was on
combing the city
Facebook
and
Live.
beyond,
He was driving
because,
around.
as
He's
you can
talking
see,
all
his
gibberish
vehicle
and
has an
stuff.
Arkansas,
I mean,
license
gibberish is
plate.
like to him. It
I
makes
mentioned
sense.
earlier,
To
we have
whoever
heard
he
from
sent
DeSoto
that
County
Facebook Live out to, it makes
officials
sense.
that
He gets out of his
city
car. He walks
is now
into an
on
auto
high
zone,
alert,
point blank
because that's the
on
way
a
it is in the
guy.
Mid-South, all right?
And it's
Three
a
states that our
citywide
news
manhunt right
coverage,
now. The
goes
city
into,
is locked
and
down.
when
We're
you have
trying
an
to
active
find
shooter
any
situation,
information.
you don't know where this person may be.
Guys, if
everyone needs to stay vigilant,
it
stay
could be
indoors,
anywhere right now.
share a picture of this person that they're looking for, and be aware, be alert.
What happened?
Again,
the block again.
many businesses have closed their doors tonight, and that is, according to Memphis
Yeah,
Police,
Toy
what
Box Brain.
everyone should be doing. Again, we keep
Tony, what
saying
is
it, to
EDB?
share
I don't know EDB.
with someone that you know about this situation. Let's go live now to my colleague Joyce Peterson. Joyce, you've been on this at a scene there where we heard Kelly wreck that vehicle. What's the latest? I mean, you keep reiterating what you're hearing from police to stay indoors, right?
Absolutely. Stay inside. We just got off of I-240 onto 51 in Whitehaven. While on 240, heavy law enforcement passed us. I saw Memphis police, ATF. When I say heavy, a dozen squad cars went past us, got off on 51. We followed them. Obviously not going as fast, so we're somewhat
240 is that on the left-hand side. See, it says 240 right there.
Has crashed his
240 goes
car
around Memphis. I-40 does not go through
wrecking
Memphis.
It's unconfirmed that he carjacked a second car down in Mississippi and then returned to Memphis and was spotted on Highway 51 and has since wrecked out. We just passed the first crime scene that is believed to be connected to this 19-year-old suspect, and that was at South Parkway East and I-240. It's that BP station that's right there. There was a shooting about 4:30 this evening. One woman shot in the arm, taken to Regional One Health in critical condition.
That'd be crazy.
Then we went to the scene at Poplar and Auburndale.
All the way to the left.
According to Memphis police, carjacked someone.
All the way to the left.
And took off in that gray Toyota with Arkansas tag.
So here you go.
I can tell you while we were there on scene, I saw
all the
a
way
body
to the left over there, and it's over there by the river.
Police on scene would not confirm that someone had been fatally wounded. They would not confirm that it was in fact a body on the scene that I was seeing. They are so tight-lipped about this. We're headed toward the location
I need you now more
where the
than
suspect
ever.
is believed to have wrecked out. Also, my colleague Bria Bolden down at AutoZone Park. Joy, I'm sure you've talked about this. They locked everybody in the stadium, evacuated the seats. Our colleague Andy Manis is also there. He is, we're being directed. I'm sorry, we're in the car right now, and traffic is being rerouted.
I didn't realize,
as law enforcement
Ash, that
shows
you
up on
weren't.
the scene. They're blocking all the streets around here. We are on, let me see, Mitchell Road. More police officers coming toward me. They are locking down this part of town, so I'll try and get some more streets for you in a minute. But what we are hearing is that the suspect carjacked someone else.
Sully, thanks for coming in.
Mississippi,
need you.
then returned to Memphis, was spotted on Highway 51, or before he got to 51, but policemen knew he was on 51, pursued, and he has apparently.
Guys, please hit
out
the subscribe. Please hit the like button.
This shooting spree, according
I've been
to Memphis
doing
police,
Liza Fletcher's live stream today when this broke
the
live.
woman at the gas station and the driver of the gray Toyota SUV. Those are two of the scenes I visited, two of the scenes I know where there were injuries, possibly fatalities.
There are fatalities
Joy,
have been
you wanna
confirmed
ask
where she's
before I let
talking
you go?
about.
We we got to go.
No, go ahead, Joyce. We'll stay with you as you learn more.
Oh,
Thank
she's
you.
got to go. Okay,
Joyce
so real
Peterson
quick,
here
guys, what
joining
I'm
us
going
on
to
the
do
phone.
is
She's
I'm going
actually
to take.
moving down the interstate now.
Let's
She just
make
mentioned
sure-
where she was, and she said she saw a dozen squad cars pass her.
Is
That
that
just
it?
lets you know that Memphis police are in hot pursuit of this suspect. They're all over the city. Want to show them to you real quick here before we go to another one of our
I'll do
reporters.
this. I'm getting
Ezekiel
ready to show
Kelly.
you the other stream
19-year-old
we
Ezekiel
have
Kelly.
from this.
This picture here, plastered across your
There's rumor that
screen
he
numerous
left, went
times
to
on
Mississippi, and
purpose.
came
Armed
back.
and dangerous and active shooter situation. And I'm going to go
Thank
right
you,
now
Spicy.
to the Memphis Police Twitter account, because this is how we've been getting our information.
It's real life Grand Theft
I
Auto,
wanna,
yes.
share
Guys,
with you the
normally
very
I
latest
do
thing
current
that we
events, make
have
fun of stuff.
seen.
We
I
have
know
a good
have
time
a
over
tag
here.
number.
I do trivia night on Tuesdays. Friday night's a live show. Bunch of
All right,
friends.
this
We
is
just
straight
goof
from
off.
Memphis Police. If
So,
you
please
live
hit the
in
subscribe.
or know
I like to
someone
have,
who lives in the area
I
of
don't know how many
Ivan
victims yet.
Road and Hodge Road in Whitehaven. Ivan Road and Hodge Road in Whitehaven. Memphis police are telling you to shelter in place
hear that?
and stay indoors. I'm going to say that again. If you live in Whitehaven on Ivan Road and Hodge Road, you are told to shelter in place and stay indoors. We have a news crew headed to that area right now. That is a
news crew's going
brand new
there.
tweet there from Memphis Police. Once again, Whitehaven residents, everyone, we're told, in the area of Ivan Road and Hodge Road, shelter in place and stay indoors. We are also just learning DeSoto County authorities also headed to that area. All right, so they could be honing in on something. Again, for residents out there watching, if you know someone that lives in Whitehaven on Ivan and Hodge Road, you are told to shelter in place and stay indoors in that area. We have a crew headed there. DeSoto County authorities headed there as well. So again, we've been with you now for the past couple of hours, sharing as much information as we can about this situation, hoping the Memphis police can find this guy that you see here on your screen, armed and dangerous, somewhere.
Zeek, Honcho, Ezekiel.
Been on a shooting rampage, if you will, all across this city. We have our Walter Murphy. I believe we can go live to him now. Walter, we spoke with you earlier on the phone. You were having dinner.
Okay,
you
hang on a
said
second,
that,
guys. I'm
that
going to
restaurant
switch you over
shut down.
to
Tell us
Google
where you are
Maps.
now and what you're seeing.
Not seeing anything.
Still
Everybody's
in Cooper
inside.
Young, but you're right. I was having dinner tonight
Listen
at
how
the beauty
quiet
shop
that is.
just down the street when the server came up and told us that they weren't going to be able to allow us to leave. You know, she had given us our check and we had paid, but then she
I
said,
can
sorry,
leave.
we've got to
You can't
hunker
keep me
down
in."
because there is an active shooter situation going on. And the Memphis police, you know, they were following everything that they saw. But then they got a security guard and began to escort people to their cars if they wanted to, but they also
Thank
were
you,
allowing
Nikki.
everyone
Ezekiel
to stay.
Kelly.
But it is a Wednesday night in Cooper Young, but typically it's a little more crowded than this. I actually talked with the manager
like Frank's got
at
it right.
Margarita's
Good luck
restaurant
locking
right
people down.
here on the corner of Cooper and Young, who said that he actually works at another
Guys,
location.
I've never seen anything like
but
this in
his
Memphis.
district manager had told him to get here and help get everyone safe. Now, when I talked with him about 10 minutes ago, he said they had
All the roads are green because
personally
everybody's
escorted
off the roads.
everyone out of the car or out of the restaurant, however, and they had about 3 customers that they were serving.
All right, guys, real
I also
quick,
talked
I'm
with a
going
couple
to.
who were
I'm
here
gonna be.
that were
I'll
at
still be
Cafe
able to listen to
Olay
this. I want to show you what they're
having
talking
dinner
about
on-
though, because if they come back, they're gonna be going live to this place. They're seeing news crews here. So this is Ivan and Hodge Roads. Can y'all see me? Okay. Ivan and Hodge Roads right here. This is the Memphis airport. This is I-240. They're talking about 55 South goes into Mississippi. No, I don't want to go in there. I want. There is the road right there. Whoops. Hodge, and this is Ivan. All right, doing. Hang on. Memphis police are now telling people, and they just told the stream that
He is
Memphis
considered
is this
armed
it?
and dangerous
Yeah.
and active shooter.
They just Memphis police
confirmed
just
he went
said
on a shooting
Ivan and Hodge Road
rampage
too.
across
That's what
the
she
city
just came in
as
with.
they try to connect various crime scenes. Multiple shootings reported across the city. They are on high pursuit of this individual you see here on your screen. He is said to be in a gray Toyota with this Arkansas plate tag number that you see here, AEV63K. We're still working to try to get more information
what are you
on this gray Toyota.
hearing
That's
in
all that
Memphis?
they've provided to us so far right
Are
now.
you inside?
But, as they continue their work and continue their investigation, again, if you know anybody who lives in Whitehaven, if you live in Whitehaven, Ivan Road and Hodge Road, Memphis police telling you to shelter in place, stay indoors. This is an active situation, an ongoing situation. DeSoto County authorities also
Rick says a
headed to the
standoff's going right
scene
now.
here,
Rick the
Ivan
Explorer,
and
where do
Hodge
you
in
have this
Whitehaven.
information? Is
We
there
have
something
our
I can
news
go
crew
to?
headed there as well. Earlier tonight, we learned DeSoto County put their city on high alert as well regarding this situation. Our Joyce Peterson shared some more information.
Thank you, Annabella.
Regarding
Awesome.
unconfirmed about
Awesome. Thank you.
possible, second carjacking. We're waiting to get that
Guys.
confirmed. As of now, we want to go back out to our Bria Bolden. Bria, you're live on Beale, and just moments ago, you told us that it was business as usual there. Is that still the case?
Still the case, Joy, still the case. We did speak to a few people as we were making our way up towards the front part of Beale Street right here, who were native Memphians. They weren't visiting. They had told us that they were aware of the situation that's going on with this active shooter and Memphis police trying to catch this person, but they told us that they're choosing to stay here on Beale Street. A lot of them had said that they were already here when we started hearing rumors about a possible shooter, but they said they've chosen to stay here. As we were going up and down, we talked to multiple businesses with employees who were outside the door who had said they are not shutting down. It is business as usual out here on Beale Street. We did see some police officers who were actually behind the camera there. They're up here at the front part of Beale Street. We saw a couple police officers and
I see him, but I don't.
Police officer with
There's no
an
video.
ATV out here.
Does anybody have any videos or any video of the
businesses
place
are
being
shutting down.
surrounded?
The police officers told me that they can't make the businesses shut down. So business as usual out here on Beale Street right now, Joy.
All right, guys. I'm going to switch over from this. I've got another one. Share screen. Hang on a second. We got this and
evidence and figure out what's happened there.
They're in the middle of the game at the Memphis Redbirds.
Shooting before that was
they
at
shut
Patterson
down.
and Southern. That's near the U of M campus, which obviously led to the lockdown of the university. And we know that there was also a shooting at the AutoZone store on Jackson. That's in the Raleigh
you got the
area.
AutoZone, you have Evergreen
yet
and
another
Poplar.
victim there. We don't know their condition at this point. We also believe from Memphis Police, as you look at the AutoZone location, we also believe that there was, we know there was a shooting at 946 East Parkway South near Cooper Young, but we don't know for sure that the shooter they're looking for was in
There's
any way
another
involved there.
shooting that happened
Might
in
be
Memphis,
an
he's saying
unrelated
now,
crime,
and they
but,
don't know if it's the same
Major
shooter.
Rudolph of the Memphis Police Department believed that that was probably connected. So those are the shooting locations we have. She thought there were as many as 5. We only know about those 4, but that's the
So there's 5 shootings
of
that we're
which,
hearing.
Different areas of town have been affected. The people who were just innocent victims,
Annabella, I love
obviously
you.
affected.
I'm
their
so happy you're in
families
the chat.
affected
You
tonight.
make it spicy.
A number of people, all of us, in fact, affected, because when a whole
There's
city
video on Facebook
is
of
put on
anybody from-
lockdown
yes.
or asked to shelter in place, that's affecting
Wait, hold on. You're
tens of
seeing a
thousands of
suspect in
people.
custody? Is that
and,
that same?
It's not to be minimized. I mean, this is a very serious situation, one that we hope is drawing to a close rapidly at the area of Ivan and Hodge roads, and that's only because of, thank heavens for social media. I mean, it's got its blessings and its curses, but you got to say the way you're able to quickly get word out, as they've been able to do, about where they're searching and where they're actively telling people that they need to stay inside. That is very helpful
Hold on, wait a
to
second.
all
I
of
got
us
breaking
to know
news right now.
basically
all right, I'm going to
where
put this
their
up,
efforts
okay?
are primarily
I'm gonna put this up. We have
concentrated.
breaking news. Very, very breaking. And it is right here. Hang on. Twitter. Kayla Solomon breaking after about 3 hours. The DeSoto County Sheriff's Department says they have arrested Ezekiel Kelly and he is in police custody. What is this one? Okay, DeSoto County Sheriff's Department. Hang on a second. I can hear all the Facebooks right now. All right, let me turn that down. Okay. So, all right, guys, here's what we got. Okay, this is breaking news. Ezekiel Kelly, they're saying that he's caught. DeSoto County Sheriff's Department says suspect Ezekiel Kelly was seen traveling to Southaven. Memphis Police now saying everyone in the area of Ivan Road, Honcho needs shelter in place. And then we go breaking after about 3 hours. This is just now, within minutes ago. DeSoto County Sheriff's Department says they have arrested Ezekiel Kelly and he is in police custody. So there we go. There's the safety alert. And man reportedly shooting people in Memphis while recording Facebook Live, police say. So, all right, I'm going to go to Kayla's page. So, three minutes ago, after about 3 hours, there is a Ezekiel Kelly is, according to Kayla Solomon reports, which is Fox News. I'm going to try to do this Facebook. Let me do another Facebook look. Hang on. So we still don't know, though. I have just that one thing. I don't have another report about it. Let's see here. Hey, Grimm's Bar. I like that, man. I like that. Guys, and please, guys, be sure to hit that like, and if you don't mind, hit that subscribe button, man. Come back here. We're gonna have a lot. We always have fun, and right now I'm covering the Eliza Fletcher a lot, and I just do current events, daily stuff. And, man, we have a good time here, y'all. You see how the chat is. I don't do drama, and I only do report facts on things. I don't do make-believe stuff. So let me look on Facebook. Let's see, I got Memphis. I'm going to do live. And I'm still, so this one shows. Channel 2 and 8 says that Ezekiel says he will cause bodily harm on himself before he goes to jail. Hang on, I got it right here.
Without a whimper. So let's now go back out to the
guys
scene where
that?
supposedly this has come to an end. Let's check in with our Jordan James, who has just arrived on the scene. Jordan?
Here we go, look.
Hey, Greg, we just got here about 5 minutes ago, and by the minute, police have continued to show up to this scene where we believe that the suspect has been taken into custody. Right now
they got him in custody.
Ivan Road
This is
and
a live
Honcho
thing.
Road, where dozens of law enforcement have flanked the area looking for Ezekiel Kelly, the man who they say is responsible for multiple shootings all across the city. We believe that this started at a auto zone and carried over to different parts of the city. Through our reporting, we learned that he actually carjacked a woman and possibly shot her, and we know that multiple law enforcement agencies have been searching for this guy, and it is believed at this point in time that it has come to an end. Right now, our vantage point is Lakeview Road.
SWAT team has been called
near
in.
Near where as far as the police officers will allow us to go. But at this point in time, it's a very active scene out here. It appears that where this possibly came to an end is further down the street. Right now, things are sort of at a halt. Neighbors are starting to gather out here and just kind of look on. And, you know, all throughout the day, many have been on edge once the news came down that a person was going around shooting at people, and in some sense, a gentleman out here saying that he felt a sense of relief that this possibly has come to an end. We're still waiting on that confirmation from law enforcement. But as you can see, it's just a bunch of police cars that are filling the parking lot of a nearby business, and it appears that most of the police activity is going on further down there. But we're going to stay out here on the scene and try to learn more about this developing situation. Back to you guys in the studio.
Jordan, can you tell what kind of responding agencies we have? Do we have police from various police agencies out there?
Wait, is this true? I haven't seen this.
Right now I see Memphis Police, I believe Shelby County Sheriff. There's a lot of unmarked vehicles out here. I know that we heard that the ATF was at one of the scenes, but there's a bunch of unmarked vehicles out here, so it's hard to exactly make out who all responded to this call. But we know that once MPD sent the call out about an active shooter, they called in multiple agencies to respond to this scene. About an hour ago, I passed Tennessee State Troopers on the interstate trying to bring this situation to an end.
They're saying he's in custody, but then you say that he is
our eyes and ears on the ground. Give us an idea of
said
what
he,
police are doing, what their
appears,
demeanor is like.
and they called
Do
the
they seem like they're in
SWAT
the
team
ready
in, and
position? Do they seem
he's
more
surrounded.
relaxed, like this may have
We
been
know all
resolved?
that.
Or do they seem like they
Oh,
are
my
still
text,
ready
my
for a
text.
confrontation?
Sorry.
Greg, you get the sense that this has been resolved. I don't see that heightened sense of awareness that we
awesome.
saw at other crime scenes throughout the city. Right now, as you can see on your camera,
All right, hang on a second.
Tennessee
Let me
State
do
troopers
this.
are now arriving here on scene. An officer told us, hey, make sure you guys stay across the street. But I definitely don't feel a sense of urgency out here. It appears that, things have come to a halt out here as they continue to investigate, what exactly was the motive behind this. At this time, it's unclear, but we do know that this started as a...
Okay. Thank you, Vault Storm. And this is what we got. Fox 13 Memphis, breaking news. Authorities say 19-year-old Ezekiel Kelly has been arrested. Suspect arrested. So this is just now, 49 seconds ago. So, wow, man, we are within a minute of having this. Can you guys believe this? We're just here on YouTube, and we're able to do this stuff, cover this stuff so fast, man. I'm just amazed by it. And I love being here. I love having you guys here. And I hope I found some friends. I hope you guys will be back here. I hope you'll subscribe and come back. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and click on this. Oh, they're saying he's in custody on the stream. Okay, going back to the stream now. Hang on, I'm going to stop stream, share, screen. And now what I'd like to know is what we have, why. What is happening? Why is this happening? I mean, is that it?
That is very close
Okay, yeah.
to the Southaven line, so they very well could be involved.
So they're saying he is caught.
All right,
Let's go ahead and take a look at
here we go.
Southaven here, because this is the scene there.
Memphis
This
fire
apparently is
stations
where
were on lockdown.
There was
Did you
another
see that?
carjacking earlier.
Was it Annabella
I believe,
who
at
said,
State
yeah,
Line Road.
Annabella.
And this is the Raceway gas station that you see over off
You said
and to
earlier,
your
said
left.
get to a fire
Southaven
station or
police
something.
that are there,
They locked down the
just
fire
on that
stations.
ramp,
Girl, can you believe that?
As you're going down 55 and
Holy
off right
cow.
there at State Line Road.
There you go.
Now, what we know
Bingo.
from here is that there was a carjacking, but what we don't know is it related. If it is true that what our police sources are saying, that a Dodge is the one that
That means
was
he
crashed
carjacked yet
and
another
wrecked,
person.
that it was supposedly the Dodge that perhaps was stolen and carjacked there in Southaven.
Southaven. That was another one that
that's
came
where
up.
It all comes
That was
together.
a.
So again, there's going to be this is going to be the difficult part, is trying to put together all of the pieces.
Oh yeah, look
and
at that.
so many lives have changed tonight.
Yeah, this
The
guy's
lives of
been
the
all over the
families who
city of Memphis
were just
tonight. How does he
innocent
get?
bystanders
How do you
who
get
were
through
caught
Memphis so
in the
quickly?
crossfire of what appears to be a madman,
Nikki,
or maybe
according
an
to
angry
Mississippi
man. We
News, he
don't
was
really
just
know,
indicted on murder
but
charges
their
that weren't
lives have
issued earlier
completely
today.
changed tonight.
So you're
And then the
saying he's
hard
a
work begins for
felon.
police
He's
gathering all of the
19. He got a
evidence from these
handgun.
various
So
scenes,
whenever
from
anybody
Frazier
comes out
to
here, they're going to
Midtown,
start saying
over
about
to
gun control or
Southwest
something like
Memphis
that.
and
This
beyond.
guy, every
And like
gun
you said, it
control
could go
law
into
that's
Southaven.
on
So
the books
the difficult part of trying
didn't
to
stop
build a
this guy.
case against
So
Ezekiel D.
stop
Kelly
blaming
is beginning
victims
now.
and stop just
a heavy
realize
police
that
presence
these are
out at
evil,
Southwest
evil
Memphis.
people
This
that
is
are
the
out
live
there.
shot that you're looking
And
at right now,
we have to take care of
where
each
they
other,
cornered
y'all.
the
You got to keep
suspect.
your head
He
on a
was taken
swivel.
into custody
Be nice to
without
each other.
incident.
Tomorrow when you
That
see
means
somebody new,
that, there was
tell
no
them you love them.
firepower,
Well, maybe
on
don't tell them you
either
love them, but
side.
be
He
nice
gave
to
up.
them.
He surrendered there, and this has come to an end. The shelter in place has been lifted for those
shelter in
folks
place
who
is
live
lifted.
in Ivan Road and Hodge Road area in Southwest Memphis, and basically all over Memphis, because Memphis police had asked people to stay inside and not go out while this was going on, because this suspect has
Don't
been
stop,
all
Squad
over the
Bob.
city and even out of the city, it appears.
Yeah, and if you're just now joining us, we're at the bottom of the hour. Let's bring you up to speed on where we are.
I mean,
Thank
my
you, Jordan,
gosh.
for that
I mean,
report.
look at
Yeah,
how
we know
this
who.
happened.
We know Ezekiel D. Kelly, 19 years old. He is the
Yeah,
suspect. We know what
you're right,
he's
Ball
accused
Storm.
of doing, going on a shooting rampage across the city tonight over the last several hours. What we don't know is why. Why in the world would a 19-year-old with his life in front of him decide to pursue
Emotions
this path?
and adrenaline's
that's what
what
we don't
TJ's
know.
saying.
Hopefully we will find out.
Well, because this ended peacefully, hopefully we will
I
get
see
to
you.
hear
What's
why
going on?
from him, why he did this. And I'm sure in the coming days and weeks, we'll be following this story and all of the stories that are related, because there are a lot of related stories.
Right.
We talked about the families and other lives
Ezekiel's
that
my
have been touched
dog's
by
name,
this
Keith.
night of rampage. Our Bria Jones has been covering the story from Poplar and Evergreen, where one of the carjackings
Yeah, this is
took
where it
place there.
starts. Oh, Bria
Bria, what do you
Jones,
know?
she did a lot of work with the
Well,
Eliza
Greg and
Ham.
Stephanie, my police source is saying that there is no rhyme or reason they know of as of right now why Ezekiel Kelly, they say, who's accused of these shootings, would do such a thing. But I can say from social media, from all the things that I'm seeing, people on Facebook and Twitter, Memphis is taking a deep breath right now and just thankful that this suspect is in custody. The scene here, things are of course still active here, but we're seeing more and more officers kind of trickle out and leave. You see these officers here kind of walking back and forth. The officer right here has a bag of evidence in his hand. Brooke, if you can kind of zoom in so they can see this officer here. So again, there's still
That's
cameras
how
in
it
the
is, I
area
think,
here.
everywhere,
This is
Giggy.
Poplar and Evergreen.
Or Gigi.
This is where Memphis
Giggy? I
police
don't
say
know.
that
Sorry, I
they
messed
believe
your name
Ezekiel
up.
Kelly
I'll just call you
carjacked
Kitties.
a woman and possibly shot her. Now, WRAG team member did say when we first arrived on the scene, at least 2 or 3 hours ago, we were told that there was someone lying in the middle of Poplar unresponsive. And as I've said
it's
over and
cool.
over, time and time again,
Don't change
just how
yourself because of
busy
some
and how
freak
essential and
out
how
there.
important Poplar Avenue is to the city of Memphis. This is one of our major roads here. So they say that Ezekiel Kelly, he came here, he carjacked a woman and then possibly shot her. We have reached out to Memphis police to
I heard that
learn
she
her condition,
passed.
but again, the scene here kind of dying down. We're seeing more and more officers leave. We've seen one of the crime scene investigation vans actually leave the scene. Officers here, there's more chatter, there's more talk. We can hear them.
Yes.
more
Volstorm,
talking
I didn't even
amongst
think
each
about
other now
that.
The
Yes.
suspect is in custody. So the scene here we're seeing again is dying down. We're actually seeing more people actually come out into the streets, neighbors who were just afraid, watching what was going on from inside of their homes. Just a lot of them, the ones that had a chance to speak with, just fearing for the possible worst outcome. And again, as you all have mentioned, multiple shootings here across the city of Memphis, and it's just unfortunate what we're seeing here, the things that we're having to report on tonight. It's honestly just heartbreaking what's happening here. So again, right now
Yeah,
we're here on
that's
Poplar
what I
and
heard.
Evergreen. We're
Keith.
still seeing the other side of the street here near McLean blocked off, but as you can see, Brooke, you can see those officers kind of driving off. And honestly,
Guys, if you're coming
I
in
think
here,
I can
please
speak
hit
for
that
the
like
community of
button.
Memphis when I
Please
say that I'm
subscribe.
thankful that the suspect is
Normally
in
this is a
custody,
good
thankful for the
time.
hard work of
And we
the
don't have
investigators, for
stuff like this. We
MPD
don't
for
have
getting
live
the
stuff like
suspect
this.
in
Even
custody.
though
And
this channel we were ahead of the news on
Now, of course, investigators still
Eliza
here
Fletcher
on the scene, but the scene here on Poplar and Evergreen
for the national
dying
news and
down.
everything.
Memphis police are starting to leave
This
this
chat's
area. Hopefully
awesome,
soon we
guys.
can
A
get this
great
road
group here that just
reopened.
figured everything
Now,
out,
again, I'm going to send
knew
it
where to
back
go,
you
and
in
we
the
had
studio.
this.
Again, this is Evergreen.
Truth
This is
Wins
Poplar
just
near
here.
Evergreen.
There was
Again, Memphis
a.
police kind of the scene here winding down, and of course,
Exactly
in the
what the
next coming
breaking news
hours,
says.
the
That's all we
coming
know.
days, we're going
The
to
guy
learn more
is
about this rampage
Zeek
and just all
Honcho
that
was his
happened here,
name
the
on
madness that we've seen unfold in our
Facebook.
beautiful,
He
beautiful
is
city in the
was it
last few hours.
Ezekiel?
I'll send it back to you in the
Everybody's
studio.
name.
Thank you very much.
Ezekiel
that's
Kelly.
winding down there, but CSI, the investigation is ramping up because they have several different crime scenes, at least 4, possibly 5 different crime scenes. So they'll have to pull all of that information together to start their case and make that case against Ezekiel Kelly. Speaking of Ezekiel Kelly, he was cornered.
That's
He
right,
was
Keith, you're
captured
in
this
Memphis,
evening just
right?
a short time ago in southwest Memphis. Our Jordan James is along that area, right around Ivan and Hodge. Jordan, what do you know? What can you tell us? What do you
Last
see?
I heard was 4.
Hey, Greg, since we last spoke with you guys, we have noticed that more
here we
police
go.
officers have started to show up here on this scene. The good news is that we have learned that the suspect was taken into custody. At this time, the motive is not clear.
No, there's no
about
motive.
5
I
minutes ago,
guarantee you
an
there's
MPD
not.
officer rode by us, pumping his fist, saying we got him. This was a total collaborative effort to try to get Kelly into custody, who is believed to have been responsible for multiple shootings across the city leading up to this
Thank you,
outcome.
Annabelle.
Many folks were on edge. Memphis police literally asked everyone, if you can stay inside, because they had no idea where this person was after he carjacked the individual and allegedly shot that woman. It's unclear at this time where exactly he ran.
That's just
out,
the person he
several
carjacked
residents now that
had
this
Arkansas
person
plates,
has been
but now we're
taken into
hearing that
custody
there's
are
another
trying to go to their houses, but that's
carjacking
not an
he
option at this
did.
point in time, given given that this is an active crime scene. I did
and he was finally pulled over in a Dodge, and that this here, where you see him here, is there's a wreck.
Large amount of police officers were seen leaving this scene. At this time, it's unclear, what exactly led to this. But as
Bill,
we've been
I like
saying,
you. I
it
hope you do
started
stick around.
As Kelly allegedly
hit that
opened
like
fire
and
on
subscribe. You got super stickers.
Carjacked a woman, and then eventually
You can join the Angels.
Being taken into custody right here. This shooting.
For some reason, my channel is it was 80% of my subscribers are female.
On edge as a result
So
of this incident.
and that
So
makes
for
me
this
very
to
proud.
happen,
My mom would be
it's
very
only
proud to
heightened
know that
many
I keep
people's
a
sense of
safe
fear
and
that
clean
they're feeling,
environment.
in light of this incident.
And I'm the only weirdo around.
All right, thank you, Jordan James. They're reporting live in South Memphis, where the suspect is now in custody, cornered, taken into custody without incident, which is a good thing.
Sparkles, yeah. So they just got the second guy, today. That broke. We broke that in the last stream. That kept popped up on the Amazon Echo while I was on stream.
Changed tonight. We were
the Canada Stabbers. They got the second guy, and I've not had a chance to do a show on that. I have been
we see this and really bothered by this.
8 hours plus a day for the past several days on live streams on
because you see this guy,
Eliza Fletcher, and then now this.
Heartbreaking. It is.
It is absolutely heartbreaking.
Guys, this
is a juvenile record, but again, nothing nearly as serious as this and what he is now facing. 19-year-old Ezekiel D. Kelly. He has now been captured. He is in custody and now faces a world of hurt against him after the hurt he put on
a world of hurt against him
here in the city of Memphis, starting with the shooting spree allegedly.
All right, I'm going to check out some other Facebook, see if our live streams. I still can't believe.
Off of I-240, then moving down I-240, and at the Norris exit, apparently shot a woman there who, from the last that we heard, was in critical condition, taken to the hospital, then moving allegedly over to Evergreen and Poplar, where a car was carjacked, a woman was shot, the suspect took off, and then perhaps even moving into Southaven, from what we understand, and we believe we might be hearing from the Southaven police
still don't
chief
know why there's
shortly
no
about
motive.
what transpired there at the raceway just off state line.
Which is where he got into a Dodge Challenger, Charger, one of those two. So we'll find out what happened there in that carjacking, because that was the last
you're right.
car in which he was
daylight.
found in when he was captured by the police.
But you know what is the way his Facebook's kind of sounded
tonight. It was truly a group effort and some hard work by our officers out on the street tonight. Memphis Police, Shelby County Sheriff's officers, the Tennessee State Police, state troopers, and now we're hearing
Raleigh, welcome back in, man.
Involved,
welcome back.
Protecting their borders and
we don't know
their
what's happening yet.
And where one of these carjackings happened at the raceway right off the interstate.
I think you had said earlier. In fact,
Bingo.
let's go ahead and go to the chief. We'll talk about that in
Annabelle
a moment.
nailed
Let's
it.
bring in
Everybody,
the Southaven Police Chief.
Listen to her.
Thank you as much
Doesn't
for
she fit in here?
Spending a little
These
bit of
people
time
are
with
my
us here to try
prayers.
to help us
They're just going
understand
about their
what is
day.
going on.
As
Bring us up to
POS
speed
decided to
on
attack
what
them.
happened there
Unbelievable,
at the raceway
man.
off state line.
Unbelievable. You just can't do this stuff.
Thank y'all.
Getting ready.
It's
we'll let them
amazing.
get
It's
ready
amazing
for that,
how their police have been
interview
working
right now.
So we're going to have
a
police report
gathering right there to get the information of how this how this carjacking is.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
At State Line and I-55. We had units on scene within seconds of the call coming out. We were able to get a description of the vehicle that was carjacked, put it out to MPD. Within 5 minutes, MPD was behind the suspect vehicle. After a short pursuit, he's in custody in Memphis. And our carjacked vehicle on the scene here is a vehicle that was carjacked from Memphis by the same suspect. So right now we're just holding the crime scene and waiting MPD to get here to either process the vehicle or we'll release it to them. And we have detectives on the scene in Memphis processing our carjacked vehicle.
How's the victim here from this car?
No injuries. No injuries, thank goodness. So it's I understand the suspect's in custody in Memphis. Thankfully, nobody else was injured or lost their life tonight. And we had a resolution that was peaceful.
It was terrorizing the whole area.
We had I'm not going to say how many, but we had a lot of people out tonight. SWAT, K9, investigators, administration, just to make our citizens feel safe.
You guys, I know, work hand in hand with the sheriff's department and highway patrol. Can you talk about that? Just how everybody came.
So I was actually on the telephone with a assistant chief from MPD when this call came out.
Inside Memphis, 6 hour.
And was able to give them real-time information. He was in a command post, and as I got the information from the scene, he was putting it out to MPD real time, and I think that's it's teamwork. You know, we were already on the phone together when this came out, and so it was just it was a divine intervention. I think that we got the tag number out of this vehicle. MPD got behind it just within a matter of minutes, and the suspect's in custody now.
Do you think it's one out?
No, sir. Thank you.
All right, you've been hearing from Southaven Police Chief Macon Moore, who was on the scene of that raceway carjacking where someone was carjacked there at that gas station there right off the interstate. He says he's thankful that this suspect is in custody and thankful that there was no more loss of life and the person there was not injured.
Yeah, he says it was divine intervention. He called it teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work, and it certainly did in this case. They worked together to locate this suspect and to bring him back into custody. He was taken into custody in southwest Memphis, right around Ivan and Hodge, which is where our Jordan James is standing by live now. Jordan?
Started to put up some crime scene tape up here. Right now, it appears that they're searching for evidence or some sort of bullets. I've been seeing them canvass this nearby business with their flashlights, searching for, you know, any type of evidence that is relevant to this crime. Over the last, I'd say, 5 minutes, we did notice that the police presence has died down. A handful of officers are leaving at a time. As far as agencies out here, I've seen Memphis Police. It appears possibly ATF members. Like I said, it's been a number of different agencies who have been involved in this pursuit for Ezekiel Kelly. And you get the sense from community members who are now gathering that there's a sense of relief that he was taken into custody, because when this news initially came out that there was a person allegedly driving around the city shooting at individuals, it struck a chord with this city, given that, you know, this comes on the heels of the incident involving Eliza Fletcher. So to have this person taken into custody, you get the sense that they are very happy about the outcome. Things are sort of at a standstill. Officers, like I said, put the crime scene tape up. It appears they could be pushing us back, looking for evidence that's connected to this crime. Stephanie
Memphis.
All right, thank you. Jordan James reporting live there in southwest Memphis, and he says police are starting to push them back, which means they're starting probably to break up that crime scene and disband there. And
possibly even gathering evidence, because they'll need to process the car, they'll need to process any weapons that were inside that car, and then, of course, take the suspect in for booking and arrest.
Again, let's bring you up to speed on where we are. That suspect is in custody. 19-year-old Ezekiel Kelly. He was taken into custody near Ivan Road and Hodge Road in southwest Memphis. He is believed to be involved in multiple shootings tonight. Responsible for multiple shootings, 5 or 6 shootings. We're still counting, still trying to get details on at least a couple of them. One of those shootings was on Facebook Live, in which he was rolling, walked into an AutoZone store with the Facebook Live rolling and just opened fire on the very first person that he saw. He then carjacked someone at Poplar and Evergreen, which is where Bria Jones has been reporting from all night. Yes. That person was lying in the middle of the road. It appears to be a female. Her SUV was taken. Bria Jones is still there. Bria, we want to come back out live to you right now. If you can hear me, Bria, can you tell us, has that scene started to clear out?
Yeah, Stephanie, the scene is starting to clear out, and as the scene clears, we've made a new discovery here. Brooke, I want you to kind of pan over to the right side of Poplar here. We see a tarp is up, which means that there is a body here in the middle of Poplar Avenue. This is where Memphis police, a 19-year-old Ezekiel Kelly, came and carjacked a woman and stole her gray Toyota SUV and then left. Now, witnesses earlier on social media reported that he shot her during that carjacking, which also coincides with what I've been saying the last few hours we've been out here when a WREG team member said they saw someone lying unresponsive in the middle of the road. And now that the scene is starting to die down, there is a tarp here in the middle of Poplar Avenue. We see homicide investigators are still here on the scene. Oh, this is very different from what I was showing you even within the last 20 minutes. So since they have taken Ezekiel Kelly into custody, we have seen more and more officers leave, go away from this scene, but there's still a law enforcement presence here on Poplar Avenue. So it's important to know that this section of Poplar, it looks like they're still blocked off from Evergreen all the way down to McLean. So please avoid this stretch of Poplar. I can confirm now with my own eyes there is a body here in the middle of Poplar Avenue. This is where I've been reporting for the last few hours that Memphis police say Ezekiel Kelly came and carjacked a woman and took that gray Toyota SUV that we've been talking about for the last few hours before he went on to possibly commit other crimes. But again, this still developing here in Midtown. We have a body, unfortunately, here in the middle of Poplar Avenue. Memphis police saying that this is where, again, I keep repeating this because this is important, this is where Memphis police say Ezekiel Kelly came and carjacked a woman, took her gray Toyota SUV, and then fled. He left the scene from here. But again, as you can see, there are still homicide investigators here. There's still that crime scene van in the middle of the road, and there's a tarp here on Poplar Avenue. So, of course, we have reached out to Memphis police working to learn what led to this shooting. Well, of course, we know we're told it's a carjacking.
Melissa's from Sydney, Australia.
How he came into contact with this person, what exactly happened, and were there any other people possibly in that car?
They're on Twitter.
I know,
I've got
it's just unfortunate to see these things happening across
go over
the city.
And show that.
And again, this developing right here in Midtown. We have a body here in the middle of Poplar Avenue. Memphis police, homicide detectives, investigators still here on the scene, piecing together evidence to make a case. Now again, this is here on Poplar near Evergreen. I'll send it back to you guys.
I don't know.
All right,
Poplar and Evergreen.
Bria, thank you very much. So heartbreaking indeed. They're on that scene. Police are moving out. Crime scene investigators and sadly the medical examiner is moving in to finish up their investigation on that scene as the result of the shooting and the murder that happened there in the middle of Midtown there at Poplar and Evergreen. All right, let's go now to our Jordan James, who is talking with someone where the suspect was actually caught.
Yeah, they
Jordan?
are.
Yeah, hey, Greg, right now I'm joined with a woman named Terry. Terry, step over here. So Terry was actually doing Uber when she came up on this crime scene. So Terry, just reflect on your emotions hearing that this guy was taken into custody.
It's crazy. I was actually just doing Uber, and my cousin called me, and she was like, "Is somebody going around Memphis shooting people?" And I was like, "Oh my God, where?" And I drove down here and I saw all these police lights, and I was like, "Oh my God, like I am right out here in this area doing Uber." And I just think it is crazy that you cannot be safe in your own city.
And, you know, listening to you talk, it's obvious that you're pretty overcome with emotions after, you know, this. Eliza Fletcher, just reflect on how you're feeling right now.
I am just like I'm relieved that they've caught the suspect, but I can't lie. When I found out, like I was scared. Like it's crazy. You cannot be safe in your own city, and this is terrible. It's terrible.
And, you know, Greg, the scene over here has died down, you know, here in a little bit. But I mean, after this incident, Terry, just reflect on. I mean, where do you go from here after, you know, something like this?
Oh well, I don't know if I want to do Uber anymore. Cause I mean, you got crazy people, and I just had like a terrible situation doing Uber the other day. Like, I don't know. I'm scared. I think I'm going to move.
I have to register.
You know, Greg, that is the reality for a lot of Memphians after, you know, this incident. But the good news is that he was taken into custody, and over the last few minutes, more investigators have shown up to this scene and try to comb through evidence. But for now, I'm going to send it to you guys back in studio.
Sadly, that is the reality for a lot of people that they're experiencing tonight. But the good news is this one is over. We can get back to the Memphis that we know and love with a lot of friendly people who are around here welcoming all the time. There are some crazies, some psychos out there, but there are in every city, everywhere you're going to go. And this is just part of life that we live in today.
All right. Our Shay Simon has been covering this story tonight as well, and she is at Regional 1 with the very latest on what's happening there. And we know that's our Level 1 trauma center, so anyone that is shot or injured in critical condition will end up there. And Shay, what do you know about what's happening there and who's been brought there?
Well, Stephanie and Greg, at this moment, we are told that 19-year-old Ezekiel Kelly could be on his way to this hospital. I can tell you that everyone here is on high alert tonight. I'm going to step out of the way so you can see these officers here standing by as ambulance could potentially be coming in through this area. We've been on the lookout. We've been here seeing them kind of circling this area. They pulled up here since we've been here, many of them putting their lights on and kind of ready to take in that suspect if he is here to come to Regional Hospital. We do know that Kelly is in custody right now. We did hear the police chief tell us that within 5 minutes, police were behind him after a carjacking on I-55, and that is when everything came to a head, and he was arrested without incident. That is good news for many across Memphis and many across the Mid-South tonight. We do know that Kelly is responsible for at least 2 carjackings tonight that we have been on top of. We heard the chief also confirm that, and thankfully he did say that no injuries did happen in that last carjacking victim on I-55. Now, he also did talk about how this has been a team effort. So far, it has been a team effort with law enforcement, with SWAT, with Highway Patrol, and now it will be a team effort with EMS as many people leave that scene and come here to Regional 1 on Jefferson Avenue here in the medical district in Memphis. And we will be here standing by as any new information comes in, any information about victims and their conditions. As we know, there are several victims in this rampage that happened tonight across Memphis. And of course, we'll keep you updated if 19-year-old Ezekiel Kelly, that suspect in this shooting, does come here to Regional 1. We will have you updated as that happens tonight in Memphis. Shay Simon, WREG.
YouTube friendly, as I say that.
Thank you, Shay. Shay reporting live there from Regional 1 Health.
This is the guy,
where
Ezekiel
we
Kelly.
know the level 1 trauma victims have been taken, including maybe even the suspect at this time.
Absolutely. We don't know that he's been injured. We don't have any reason to believe that he's been injured at this point, but we don't honestly quite know. We haven't been led to believe that he's been hurt. We were led to believe that he surrendered to police there in Southwest Memphis at Ivan and Hodge. But we will nail it down. I can assure you that. We'll find out exactly what happened to the suspect, where he is, and we pretty much know where he's going to be spending the night tonight. If it's not in the hospital, it is going to be
in jail.
In jail tonight, where he will face a judge, probably an arraignment as early as tomorrow.
This is still the... From what I see, this is my favorite.
We've been following this story now for about 3 hours.
Sorry, guys. So this is my favorite stream right now as far as the news breaking. I'm going to see if there's another one.
This is the young man who has led police on a manhunt all across the city for the past 3 hours. 19-year-old Ezekiel D. Kelly. He has been captured near Ivan and Hodge. He was wanted, though, for multiple shootings all across the cities. Shootings that started up in the Fraser area.
All right, so that's okay. That's where all the events have happened right there. They're showing it. Hang on, I'm listening to 2 channels at the same time on headphones, and I'm trying to get this up. It's frustrating. Okay, so what happened? This is what Nikki sent. This is he just up top was his address. I closed that out. So this is State of Tennessee versus Ezekiel Kelly. Let me unmute this guy, mute these guys real quick. Like, turn volume down this. So, okay, I'm about to have an aneurysm. All right, General Sessions, Judicial Court, today, the state warrant active, description, first-degree murder. So he's already murdered somebody before this ever happened, before today's event happened, and now he's out here doing this. And those are the 5 locations. Where if you look at where all he's been, man.
Southaven, where another person was carjacked.
Look at that. It's just almost a straight line, but still.
Southwest Memphis, and
all
Southwest
over
Memphis. That's where this all came to a conclusion, rather peacefully, rather surprisingly, actually.
Yeah, and that is the good thing. No more loss of life. You know, we heard from the Southaven Police Department, the chief of police, making more there. live here on
Yeah,
TV.
you know what's
and he
funny
said
is
he was just
Tennessee has a
thankful. This
license
is
plate.
team
It's an Elvis
effort.
Presley license plate, and
Where
it's
he
for
was
the
at
trauma
a
center
Raceway
at
gas station where a carjacking
Baptist
had
Hospital,
happened,
I
but he said
believe.
MPD was actually processing the car over in Southwest Memphis where this all happened, where the suspect was
Leah, I did not realize you were a trauma
captured, and where
nurse.
this all ended.
All right, we are continuing to follow this. We're going to bring it all together for you because we have the news at 10 coming up here momentarily. We're going to get you up to speed on who this suspect is, where he's been, what police have been doing, how it all came together tonight over the past 3 hours. So News Channel 3 at 10 starts right now.
We're going to stop this. Hang on, let me change screen real quick. Yeah, Annabelle, we'll get you on.
Channel 3 at 10.
We're following breaking news in Memphis, a serious situation where police are on the lookout, and they have captured this man. This is the man that they captured, 19-year-old
that's what's happening.
Ezekiel
Oh, it's 11 o'clock
Kelly.
news. Okay, I see what's happening.
Now, he was captured just a short time ago after
So,
what turned into
I'm
a
gonna end the
3-hour
news. I don't wanna
manhunt
see
all
that. I wanna
across
see
the
a
city of Memphis.
live
And he
Facebook
caused
feed.
chaos pretty much everywhere. We know
We've got-
AutoZone Park. People who were there watching a simple ball game were asked to shelter in place. People at the University of Memphis, the students there, shelter in place. Rhodes College, shelter in place. And that happened in
hang on here. So
neighborhood
this is
after
on-
neighborhood as a young man
That's not what I wanna show
apparently
you
went
guys. Let me
across
show you this
town,
real quick.
randomly shooting people, just
Let me
picking out
show you.
targets.
This is Clay Travis has this up. And this is all the charges that have been this guy. He had an aggravated assault already charge in 2021, whereas 3 years in jail. And then he's got a murder charge now before today, and then he went out and he did this. So, let me go back over here. Guys, if you're here, please don't forget to hit the like, the subscribe.
After this, it makes her want to leave, and that's the
this
sentiment
is,
you're hearing from a
live
lot
breaking
of
news
tonight
still.
in light of another incident that hit close to home because of this 3-hour manhunt.
Yeah, Annabella, send me
a
an email.
As you guys have been saying in the studio, he's
Okay.
believed to be responsible for a number of shootings. At this time, we don't know his condition when he was taken into custody, but over the last few minutes, several community members who live here near Lakeview Road
And I
and
will,
Central Drive have been gathering here and just
give you that
expressing
link.
their sense of gratitude that this has come to an end because
hang on a second,
having to
guys.
deal with that
Hang on.
uncertainty of not knowing where he was really struck a chord with this community. But right now, there's only about, I would say, 5 police officers out here gathered on scene. And it appears that where he wrecked at is a little bit further down.
Sorry, guys. I know. Like, I'm getting a little slow here. So, yeah, Annabella, I just put my email up there. Send me an email, okay? I'm going to get you in. All right? And because Sully, I don't see her in the chat, and she usually knows how to do all that stuff. So, yeah, Annabella, send me an email, theexpert@email.com, and I'll take care of you, okay?
It's unclear how long investigators will be. I did see a few officers going around canvassing the area with their flashlights.
Let's see, where else are we going after this?
Evidence that is related to
I'm sorry, guys.
things are at a halt. And many are glad.
Probably need to
Greg, this is
talk
what
about
things are looking like
Memphis.
here. Things are sort of at a standstill.
And this is
An
just,
MPD officer
I
told me he's
was
unsure
talking
this time
about
how long they will be out here. There
Eliza
is, one or two
Fletcher
officers
earlier
coming
tonight.
to our
This is the
scene,
second stream. I actually stopped that stream and started this stream up, just so it'd be different streams. And I was doing that stream when we found out about this, Leslie.
Shay Simon
And it's
is
just,
live at Regional 1, where
it's
some of the shooting
disheartening.
victims were taken.
But
And, Shay,
yes,
do we have any idea how many victims were taken there?
thank you again. And
Yes, Stephanie,
I'm
that
trying to
is
take
the
care of
question
White Rabbit.
the
She's
night.
not
Just how
taking
many
care of
victims
herself
do
by
we
herself.
have after the shooting rampage across the Mid-South?
Of course, I'm in here right
there
now.
is no confirmation on that exact number, but we do know that some victims from those incidents across the city are right here at Regional 1. I'm going to step out of the way because we actually have an emergency vehicle here. This is security
right,
here,
so
and we
I'm gonna check it
also
right now.
have Memphis police here. They have been standing there at this entranceway, but just as I've been talking in minutes, we've seen this security patrol come here, kind of blocking off this one lane here at Regional 1 in the medical district. Everyone knows Regional 1 here on Jefferson Street. Now, some things we've been working to figure out tonight, one, just how many victims do we have? Two, what are their conditions? We do know that it has been confirmed that at least one person is dead after everything that happened tonight with the 19-year-old Ezekiel Kelly. But we are working to find out the condition of those other victims of all of those incidents across the city. And right now, we just see another emergency or security vehicle here blocking off this lane. So we are standing by. We see this lane is blocked. We see police are moving on the other end. And I would say we've been out here at least an hour. This is definitely the most movement that we have seen in the past
thank you.
hour
I saw
or so.
that.
So we are
some of that
standing by.
earlier.
We'll let you know
And
what
I'm
is
definitely
going on as
I'm
soon
not
as we
going
get
to
more
stream
information
that.
as to why these lanes are being
I
closed
need
here
to watch it
at Regional
first.
1. I'll send it back to the desk.
I don't want to be nickel-cated.
Regional 1, one of the busiest hospitals in the Mid-South.
But anyway, yeah, this is
Shay, thanks.
Still
all right, one of the scenes that was very active tonight and was still active just a few minutes ago was out in Southaven at the Raceway gas station. That is where one of the vehicles that was carjacked ended up, and a victim was actually carjacked there for another car that was the final car that the suspect was captured in. And Southaven police there processing the scene, processing that car. That is the Toyota SUV that was carjacked from Poplar and Evergreen, where Bria Jones has been all night. And again, it is in Southaven where the suspect allegedly took it, dumped it, and then got out of there and got into another car after he carjacked somebody there. The good thing there, according to the police chief who we talked to earlier, is that that victim was not injured. That victim was not injured, but their car was taken and was taken for a ride on into Whitehaven, where that suspect was eventually captured.
Yes, in fact, you see, this is still a live scene, so this processing is still going on as we
that's
speak.
live.
And
I didn't
we do know that
realize this.
Southaven police did play a very big role in ending this shooting spree. In fact, we heard from Chief Macon Moore, who talked to us about the situation and also explained how teamwork brought this to a peaceful resolution.
I can't spell or do anything.
Around 8:54 p.m., we received a report of a carjacking here at the Raceway at State Line and I-55. We had units on scene within seconds of the call coming out.
No, that's not it.
We were able to get a description of the vehicle that was carjacked, put it out to MPD. Within 5 minutes, MPD was behind the suspect vehicle.
Yeah, words are hard,
After
very
a short
hard.
pursuit, he's in custody in Memphis. And our carjacked vehicle on the scene here is a vehicle that was carjacked from Memphis.
Crystal,
by
I'm
the
from
same
Memphis.
suspect.
I've never been to some studio.
So
Can you
right
believe
now
that?
we're just holding the crime scene and waiting MPD to get here. No injuries.
So now they're saying
No injuries,
one
thank
is
goodness.
confirmed, Annabella.
So it's
5 have been.
I understand the
hit.
suspects in custody in Memphis. Thankfully, nobody else was injured or lost their life tonight. And we had a
Leah,
resolution that.
Leah, thank you so much for all the work and everything.
Peaceful at that point, one of the worst possible days, but ended, I guess, in the best possible way in the sense that he finally surrendered as opposed to taking even more lives.
All right. Bria Jones is in Midtown where that SUV was carjacked in the Evergreen district. And Bria, when we last talked, you said that the medical examiner had taken the body away of the woman who was shot there. Has that crime scene been cleared?
Love you, buddy. Guys, go check out Grimm's Bar. When you see up there, just type that into the
Memphis police cruisers
search
here
term.
still
Go subscribe
on the
to
scene,
him.
which
He's
is
got
very
amazing,
different from
he's
that
got
sea
funny
of blue
videos.
that we saw when we arrived.
All right, the live has ended. They cut that off. That was unexpected.
Okay, thank you, Stevie Moore, for joining us tonight. We were at Overton Square earlier, where restaurants and people.
That's it for them. All right, let me reload this. See if we got anything else happening.
What do you mean I got a shelter in place? And so the
okay,
first
there's going to be a press conference. That's what I want to see is the press conference.
And
all right, hang on a
one
second
group
here,
in
guys.
Raleigh,
There's going to be a press conference
was
coming
calling
up.
on more enforcement, more strict
Here we go.
enforcement of the curfew, the Memphis curfew. The laws are on the books.
Well, right there
the
said,
curfew really isn't
suspect in
enforced
custody,
very
police
strictly here.
conference is coming.
And the response that came from Memphis police, well, mom and dad, that's on you. So there's a lot of those kinds of debates that we're going to have to, I think, have some serious conversations about as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely, no doubt about it. And the conversations have happened. We've had lots of conversations. We've had groups who have organized to come up with plans to protect neighborhoods and communities. But the work has to begin, and the work has to start. As we talk about young people,
so the initial
how do we
reports were
focus
5
on the things that are needed
as
it deals
4
with
injured, and
health,
now it's
as it
one
deals with,
that
with
looks like it's going to be that
to inspire and to keep the young people involved.
It was a person in scrubs,
but also
a woman
build that
and her daughter,
spirit of community
according
amongst
to
young people, to understand that we're neighbors and we live together, and that as
Facebook Live
opposed
report.
to doing things to harm one another, we should be working with one another to build our community to
Yes.
the best. I always think about the saying that's often read on T-shirts, Memphis versus everybody, meaning that when it comes down to this city, it's nobody but Memphians who can stand up for this city and show the true spirit and goodwill of this community.
Guys, if you're coming in here,
So,
please.
once again, just to recap, if you're joining us late this evening,
please hit that like
there
button.
was an arrest
We'll get back to
of
having fun after all this
Ezekiel
is
Kelly,
over with.
19 years old. Started early this evening with a rampage of shootings across
do not
the city
usually
of Memphis,
cover
starting
stuff
in
like
Raleigh
this,
at
but
an
this happened
AutoZone
while I was
store.
doing a
One of
live
the first
as breaking
businesses that
news
we
immediately.
learned,
I
believe,
do
shut
current
down as a
events, and
result
this is
of this
encouraging you
ordeal
get.
this evening, but it stretched all the way through
Thank you,
the
Celeste. I will
downtown
not.
Memphis area,
Thank you so
midtown
much, though, for
area,
those.
affecting University of Memphis, Overton Square.
But you understand, I
Cooper
really do
Young,
appreciate that.
And finally,
so that way I
ending
can
this
sit and I can have a
evening
better
after
understanding.
we will confirm 4 to 5 locations where people were injured or there were shootings, finally ending this evening in Whitehaven, where our Yvonne Thomas has been and has reported so very well on what she was seeing in that area of Ivan Road and Hodge Road in Whitehaven, where residents were told to shelter in place because at that point in time this evening, around 9 o'clock, 8:30 or 9 o'clock, if I'm correct, if I'm remembering correctly, because so much has happened this evening, they had apprehended that suspect, Ezekiel Kelly. Very disturbing, 19 years old, holding a community hostage.
Yeah, and he was
with firearms.
convicted for
Wow, indeed,
murder.
Rudy. We understand are getting some eyewitness accounts into our newsroom here from people who actually witnessed one of the several crime scenes that we've been telling you about. We believe the first one was this AutoZone store on Jackson, and we're going to hear from a man now who was setting up a tent to help the homeless when he heard gunfire. Let's listen.
We were in the middle of setting up the tents and everything and setting up the food when they heard the shots, and my pastor and some other members, including my pastor's father, went inside, and the man was on the floor. He was a Hispanic man, and they prayed with him. He was bleeding from this area, pretty bad. And then the police came and they told us that we had to leave. But at first we thought it was like he was trying to rob him or something. But then we found out that this guy was just shooting randomly.
Yeah, I mean, wow, by the grace of God.
You heard Yvonne Thomas say there, but for the grace of God go I, right? Because that's what a lot of us are saying about these crimes. When they're random in nature, most of us can put ourselves in that situation and say, that could have been me. And those are the crimes that are the toughest to hear about, because you absolutely reach out to the family of the poor woman who was in her medical scrubs, had just presumably gotten off work, was dragged out of her car and shot. That's the kind of thing that has people on edge, and is a reason why you're hearing a lot of fear and you're hearing a lot of concern about where this community is going. What else have we got
Breaking
going on here?
911
We've got,
on Twitter also has it.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at something else there.
Yeah, that's
so
what we're
Rudy, I
hearing.
guess as we wait for what's coming up, it is 11 o'clock now. We've been on the air for more than a couple of hours, and what we're waiting for now is to hear some kind of statement from Memphis Police. It's hopefully going to iron out some details here. So if we can, you and me together, let's try this, my friend, and recap, reset, tell people where things are. Let's pause for a moment and we'll reset.
All right.
We're waiting on the Memphis Police. They're going to do a live
breaking news coverage here on ABC 24.
Shortly.
I'm Richard Branson,
Guys,
along
I'll
with
be
Rudy
right
Williams.
back. Give me
We're going to break
few
down
seconds,
exactly
okay?
what we know at this point on what has happened tonight. It's been a very eventful night. That's what happens when you have a rampage shooting going on at several different locations with several different victims. We're going to try and run it down for you. I'll start, Rudy, by telling you about the first shooting that we heard about involving the AutoZone store on Jackson in Raleigh, when we understand from a witness we just heard about in the last hour who was shot in the abdomen somewhere and was rushed to Regional 1. There you see the location in Raleigh where all of this seemed to have started, and then there were several more locations after that.
And we're still waiting to hear from MPD how many there were. Actually, we know that there were streets shut down all along Poplar, through the Midtown area, the University of Memphis area, Midtown area, Overton Square and Cooper Young were affected by this incident tonight. And lastly, in the last shots that you saw before we took a break just moments ago, in Whitehaven at Hodge and Ivan. We've got new video of the arrest right now. It's something that we were not able to see earlier, but here it is on your screen right now. That shooting suspect in custody by Memphis police. The suspect is Ezekiel Kelly. He's 19 years old. If you can see there, being led across the street from a grassy, woody area by Memphis police. And we also know that state troopers are also involved in this area, as our Yvonne Thomas told us earlier. So I'm sure some of those officers are included there in the video that you're watching right now. But we had heard earlier in the evening, this man, Ezekiel Kelly, 19 years old, was apprehended somewhere around 8:30 or 9 o'clock this evening. Correct me if I'm wrong in the control room, but I think that was about the time. We had so much going on at that particular point in time. And every resident in that area, in that neighborhood in Whitehaven, was told to shelter in place because police had identified where that suspect was, and they were in the process of arresting 19-year-old Ezekiel Kelly this evening. So once again, Richard, as we were talking about before, we went on the air after our 6 o'clock newscast around 6:30. This had been going on possibly about an hour, maybe even more, around the rush hour time of day when this all started. With this coming to an end before our 10 o'clock hour, about an hour ago. So sooner than later, we all ask the question, how long will this be? But as we're covering these sorts of things and making sure that the community is safe, we came on the air to make sure that residents knew exactly where they should be, and also know that there was, which has been lifted, a shelter-in-place warning for all residents of the Memphis community, because police had no idea where the shooter was going or where this incident would end up.
But it did end in Whitehaven, as we've been showing you the video of the arrest of Ezekiel Kelly, who we might point out, we also learned a short time ago, within the last hour or so, already had an arrest warrant issued today for murder one, separate from whoever the victims are as a result of this shooting rampage that started at the AutoZone. So he was already in deep, deep trouble with the law when this happened this evening. After that AutoZone, we know that there was another incident of shots fired near the U of M campus. There's the AutoZone shot. After that, there was an incident, we're not sure of the timing here, of at Patterson and Southern near the U of M area, that there was a shooting at the in the 900 block of East Parkway South.
University of Memphis area.
The last shooting that we're aware of happened near Poplar and Auburndale in the Evergreen area, in which eyewitness accounts and what we hear from our reporter Rebecca Butcher on the scene, a woman was shot and killed, her body removed by the medical examiner's office just a short time ago. A rampage and random shootings that affected this entire city. As Rudy mentioned, the city put on shelter at home alert. A baseball game at AutoZone Park was suspended until tomorrow, postponed. People told to go home because of the shelter at home order. People escorted out of restaurants by managers, people choosing to stay in restaurants who had no idea what was going on. Same thing happening at churches around the city. A massive effect on an entire population that was a result of what happened here tonight. Let's go back to Yvonne Thomas, who's been at the scene here where Ezekiel was arrested. She's not far from Neely Road and Rains Road where the arrest took place. Yvonne?
Hey guys, you're absolutely right. We're maybe about 800 feet from Ivan and Hodge, not far from where that arrest took place. We actually got confirmation from MPD officers while they were on the scene that arrest took place further on down this road behind me. You can see there's only one officer still left at this scene, at least of what we can see. But boy, was it a different scene just minutes, 30, 45 minutes ago, even an hour ago. Very, very different scene. We saw Memphis Police Department cars. We saw undercover cop cars. But we also saw large vehicles and tank-like vehicles that were here in this area. And they were here for quite some time from what we could tell, investigating and gathering evidence. To be quite honest with you, I'm not even quite sure how large this scene is here on Sedgwick and Lakeview because the crime scene tape is so far back, and we've seen officers in police vehicles even further back than where we can actually see them. We only knew that they were there because of their lights. But definitely what a devastating day it is for many families here in Memphis and the Mid-South area. Not only did we see investigators out here, but we also saw community members that came outside just to see what was going on, because we're actually not very far from neighborhoods and surrounding areas. Many people were trying to actually drive through the crime scene, just not knowing that this is what police were doing and that it happened so close to their home. We even spoke to a gentleman who was here at this scene who told us, you just heard his sound not too long ago, that he was at that scene at the AutoZone, one of those scenes that many police officers were there as well, and he described seeing someone get shot. He also described praying for that gentleman. He said he was there with his church and that there were several children nearby in the area, but that he's still standing. He's unarmed or uninjured at this point, but is definitely praying for the city. It's been a hard week, as we've been talking about. Again, just one officer here at this scene that we can see right now. If that changes, we'll of course keep you updated, but for now, I'll send things back over to you.
All right, thank you, Yvonne. We appreciate your hard work out there, and we are waiting, as we mentioned, a word from Memphis Police, trying to summarize everything that happened here tonight, get some official comments about that. But we do know one thing's for sure: it ended right where she was, there in Whitehaven, where the arrest was finally made. Rudy, let me bring you into this conversation. I think that. We got Brad Broders? Okay, let's go to Brad Broders, who is live at the Regional 1. Brad, what can you tell us about what you've learned where you are?
Well, Richard and Rudy, just the last couple of minutes ago, there was a heavy law enforcement presence. About 5 minutes ago, they have now left about 5 minutes ago, so no Memphis police currently at Regional 1. As you just mentioned, Richard and Rudy, we're still waiting on if Memphis police will have a press conference tonight, and if so, where we've got crews across Memphis ready to be in position, including here at Regional 1. If that's where the news conference is or another part of Memphis, we'll be ready to go. Unfortunately, the Regional 1 Medical Center spokesperson could not confirm how many victims have been treated here tonight in direct connection to that active shooter who went on that rampage earlier this evening across Memphis, because this is a trauma hospital. It's a little hard to know exactly what gunshot victim came in specifically because of that active shooter that was across Memphis earlier tonight. So we don't have an exact word on that. I wish we could have passed that along. We have asked, just got word about about 10 minutes ago from Regional 1, unable to confirm how many victims have been treated here specifically. I'm getting some social media posts, unconfirmed, potentially from family members of victims who have been injured because of that active shooter tonight.
All right,
but obviously we are waiting to confirm that facts, not fear, so we're not going to mention that on air, but we are getting wind potentially of family members of those injured, affected tonight by this active shooter across the city of Memphis. Richard and Rudy, you've talked about it in the last 30 minutes. Again, Memphis is getting national attention, not for the right reasons, but as you saw that hashtag earlier, 901 strong. 901's hurting tonight, but there's also a sense of being 901 strong. Continue to monitor the latest developments, and I think these guys are selling T-shirts. From Memphis Police, we'll bring that to you live at Regional 1 Medical Center. I'm Brad Broders.
Well, thank you, Brad. And the important thing, Rudy, is the bottom line is, for this event, this time, the perpetrator is behind bars, And when there were so many people who were concerned and so many people affected, not knowing where this guy was going, at least now we know that is one thing we don't have to worry about tonight.
That's right.
Mary
You're
chose
absolutely
your
right
son.
there,
He's
Richard.
very much appreciated.
Some things that we do know for sure that you just said a moment ago. Ezekiel Kelly, 19 years old, has
19
been
years
arrested.
old. This guy, his life's over,
the
man.
shooting spree across the city of Memphis.
Of course, so is another lady
we know
whose
that
life ended in the
one
middle of
woman,
Poplar
unfortunately,
Avenue.
was shot and killed in the course of this incident. And we do know that the shelter at home or shelter in place warnings have been lifted so that Memphians can go about their lives for the rest of this evening if they're leaving work on the late shift from FedEx or wherever else they may be working, or you're getting ready to go to school and work in the morning with a little bit more safety and hopefully some more information as to what occurred on the streets across the city. Now, I'm going to let you do this because you've done a much better job at this than I have. We do know there are 4 to 5 crime scenes that exist, all because of this ordeal this evening. So
Can you imagine? It's not like Memphis doesn't have enough on its
yeah, there was the Raleigh
plate
shooting
right
at the AutoZone.
4 to 5
we
new
believe
crime
that
scenes.
person was injured and may have been taken to Regional 1 as far as we're aware of right now. Then we get a little less clear. We know that there were 3, possibly 4 more shootings, according to Major Karen Rudolph with the Memphis Police Department. We're just not exactly sure the order of which and who may or may not have been hurt, but we do know that after the situation in Raleigh at the AutoZone, that there was a shooting at the 900 block of East Parkway South, then another one near University of Memphis campus at Patterson and Southern, and finally the final one was a Poplar and Auburndale in the Evergreen area. That is going to pretty much wrap up our coverage here for tonight, at least. Of course, we are expecting that statement from Memphis Police, and when that happens, we'll have it for you on our morning newscast. But before we go,
doing morning
I just want to
newscast.
give our thoughts and our prayers here at ABC 24 for everyone affected, and that is just about all of you, Memphis. Whether you may have known
that,
the victim,
that tells me is that there's not going to be a
or
news
somehow
thing.
know the suspect, whatever.
And Bill, I just said the other
affected.
day,
if you were at a restaurant when this happened,
increase their pay, you'll get better officers.
Crime affects all of us, and never have we felt that more, I have to say, than we did tonight. Every last one of us affected
I have
by
a feeling there's not going to be
what
one
happened
now.
here tonight, and only by one individual.
I have a feeling there's not going to be a press
let's pray
conference
for our city,
because
let's pray for each other, and let's hope that
they're
we
getting ready
can
to go off
have
the
the
air.
right attitude going forward to try and make some.
Okay,
more
so they're
serious
going off the
conversations,
air.
more serious
I came over here. They
about
said
what
they
we
were
can do
waiting on
to do
the.
something about this. Don't forget that we're going to give you push alerts through our app, ABC 24.
Oh my gosh, Dallas is up 1,000 officers short.
7520. You'll get alerts right away as soon as we get more
Oh,
information.
I didn't pay attention to
And
his
we
tie.
expect to have,
That's a cool avatar,
more
Dev.
Information from police certainly tomorrow
Oh, it
morning.
does. It does
and we'll have
match.
full coverage throughout the day here on ABC 24.
Oh my
That
gosh.
concludes, I guess, a pretty.
All right, guys, I have one more video here that TJ found. It's another angle of
we love Memphis, and our prayers and thoughts are with everybody across the
Zeke Honcho being taken into
Thanks for
custody.
joining us, everyone. Good night.
And I'll show this to you guys, and then we can. This is a. We'll see. Start. Maybe just start wrapping this thing up, man. I don't know. This has been a wild night. I appreciate everybody, of course, obviously. Guys, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that like button. What is this person? No. What is this? No, stop. I have no idea what this is. So it's gone. Alright, let me see here. So, what I'm going to show, it is a... do this. Share screen. Alright, so... It's new image. Let me go back over here. I'm going to take these. I'm going to clean up the screen here a little bit, guys. Alright, let me go back to comments. Yeah, let's see here. Alright, just see if there's anything I missed. Then they said dude was injured. Then he gained medically cleared for jail. Alright, so here's the thing. Let's go with this. So this is from TJ, and this is another angle of when the guy gets arrested. Here we go. Wait. Now, wait, where is he? Alright, hang on. Boy, they had helicopters overhead. You hear that? This is him right here. Being walked to the car. So, alright, is there anything else? Do you guys have, anything? Is there another deal here? Guys, I'm going to look, let's see here. Let's do another little sweep of Facebook. Let me do a real quick. We're going to do a sweep here. If there's any more Facebook Lives, any other news sources. In case, I've got to admit, this is my first time using Facebook Live, and I'm amazed. No, that's an old one. No, go away. Let's see here. They have top Memphis videos to watch. Nothing is live. YouTube. Oh, that's me. I just pulled up my YouTube page. I thought I had one up. See if we got another one here from... No! I don't want this guy. Guy looks creepy. Ah. Let me see here. Guys, I think that's it. I can't find anything. Do you guys know? Leslie. Oh my gosh. Thank you for the live stream expert and chat. The mods. Love you all. Leslie, we love you, and thank you for coming in here. And I just, yeah, I mean, Leslie, I'm speechless. You're too kind, too kind. Thank you. I'm gonna make a thing just for you.
Nice.
That's not what I wanted, but you get it. I need to make a updated thing, but thank you so much. And then I think, guys, I don't know if there's anything else. I love being here. Leslie, I love having you here. Absolutely love you. Guys, everybody, the lockdown, city of Memphis lockdown is over. It is, Ezekiel Kelly has been put into custody. I'll show you guys some more pictures real quick. This is our wonderful perpetrator. This is his, evidently there's rumors going around that he shot his mother this morning. He has shot 5 people. There is, I'm so glad I found this channel. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Listen, I'm a facts person. When I do this stuff, I talk current events. So when I do something, I talk a little bit Tennessee football with my buddy Vol Storm before the games. Just current events, the crazy news, try to have fun. And then when there's breaking news, and there's something big like this, I'm here. And the mods here are amazing. They're my angels. They take care of everything to make sure that it stays clean and respectful. I'm a PG-16 channel. We're not, how you feeling, expert? Savannah, I don't know yet. I don't know how I'm feeling. Rabbit is not feeling very good at all. I know that. Thank you, Melissa Jane. And thank you for being here all day. Who knew this was going to happen? I started off, this was the second stream. They're back to back. I started off with Eliza Fletcher, getting the facts out on that. If you guys are interested, I know everybody here's here for the Memphis news. So go back to Eliza Fletcher, that stream. A lot of good stuff. We had the maps in. We have the most current arraignment. We have the maps of where they found everything. The timeline. It's an amazing timeline. I've got to remember to put some of this stuff up. My locals channel. If anybody, if I have a mod with fingers left, I gotta do something for you mods. If you put the locals channel up, that's where I can put PDFs. So locals will be over there. If you guys want to be a member, there's a members only Discord where I do chats. Sometimes, matter of fact, I think I'll go over there a little bit tonight and unwind. I don't know. It's 12:20. And then Leslie, I suck. Tuesday night is trivia night. The White Rabbit is my wife, and she loves trivia, and she is who is responsible for getting the trivia up and going. And we have a lot of fun over here on Tuesday nights. It's there's a software program that does all the questions and the answers, so there's no cheating or anything. Yes, Celeste, I'm very interested. Could you email me, please? Guys, Celeste, you got to stick around. You guys got to sub. I don't know where I found you guys, but I absolutely love that you're here. And like I said, it's a thank you, Sully, for putting that up. Thank you. But anyway, yeah, locals. And also if you become a member of locals, I know some people don't want to give money to YouTube. So if you become a member of locals, you also get the membership into the members only part of Discord. And what was I? Oh yeah, and also I do stuff on locals, which is different than other stuff. Like Guava Ball and I do some stuff over there, and it's a full moon. I did not realize that. The locals, I'm still working on getting it up the way I want to. A lot's been going on lately, guys. My mom was in the hospital. She got out today. I can't see her because my wife has the Rona stuff. And I'm sitting here where I'm not symptomatic. And I haven't been tested. But I'll probably have to take a test tomorrow maybe. And we're just trying to truck along. And, you know, I don't know. We got to start loving each other, guys. Like that guy said, stop the killing. It's not about politics. It's not about any of that stuff. We got to stop listening to what the talking heads on TV say. And we got to realize that we're a society and we have to be civil to each other. It's okay to open doors, say yes, ma'am, no, sir, stuff like that. It's okay to say prayers. It's just this world the devil's strong. If you don't believe that, look at your screen in front of you. The devil is strong right now, and everybody's got to we got to circle the wagons, and you know, we got to go in this back to back. You got to watch each other six. Everybody's got to keep their head on swivel. Guys, I love y'all. I'm glad you're here. I don't know what there's new news, and would that be the Eliza Fletcher? Is that what you're talking about, Mary? Because we were here on the cusp of Eliza Fletcher. Those of you that weren't here, we actually had it confirmed. We found the lady did a wonderful Facebook live stream. Nobody else had this for some reason. We were showing it. We found it. We had a confirmation that it was Eliza Fletcher before the police confirmed it. We were the first one before the news was breaking nationally. This was really an awesome weekend for us. And so that's what I'm saying. This is a great time. This is a great time. Melissa Jane, I love that comment. I mean, she started it all. Guys, Friday Night Live, if you want to know what a fun channel is, go to the Friday Night Live. It's got Melissa, and I interviewed her. It was a unconventional Friday Night Live, and that you'll see her beautiful avatar there. And go find her, listen to that, and it is it's a great time, guys. And birds aren't birds aren't real. Are you wearing pants or no pants? You know, all the fun stuff that we say and do here is coming back. Just there's been a lot of hardcore stress here lately with all this stuff, and we gotta start loving each other. Like I said, guys, and I want all you guys back. I'm gonna go over here in a little bit and decompose. I'll be in the members only if anybody wants to come over and sit in the chat. And other than that, guys, I'll see you guys real soon. Okay, thank you so much. I can't believe I've got so many people still watching me, and I've got to get off because I've been doing this till I'm exhausted. This is, I bet you I'm the hardest working streamer on YouTube right now. Anyway, guys, get ready to clap your hands together and feel good about everything, because this is, I would love to say that this is my buddy, Sweet Brown.
Well, I woke up to go get me a cold pop, and then I thought somebody was barbecuing. I said, oh, Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Then I ran out. I didn't grab no shoes or nothing, Jesus. I ran for my life. And then the smoke got her. I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Well, I woke up to go get me a cold pop. Then I thought somebody was barbecuing. I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Then I ran out. I didn't grab no shoes or nothing, Jesus. I ran for my life. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Jesus, 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 it's a fire. I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Jesus, 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 Jesus. Ain't nobody got time for that.